Also want to show off Ashley's really cool shirt. I don't know if you can see
It's a
very well.
really cool shirt.
What's his name?
I don't know. What is his name? She made this.
Lucky.
That's the most basic dog name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end.
I need you to all be silent so that the internet can help me answer this mystery, because I got this music box at an antique store and I cannot find out what song is playing because there's no way to open it without ruining the music box, and the sticker that once said what song it played is gone.
So how about this session we only play like a second of it, and the next session we play about 5 seconds of it, and the next like 15, and see
play
what people.
Yeah. Do you guys know what this song is? It's a single note. I really need help.
I do need you guys. I
Whoever
need
guesses
help.
it first.
Whoever gets it first will send you a cool shirt with Ashley's thing on it.
I guess I can do that.
Figure it
Or
out.
I'll send you like a box
Thanks.
full of my
Didn't
wisdom
know I was
teeth.
doing this.
I will send you one of my wisdom teeth if you
Okay.
can guess. If you
Oh my
can correctly
goodness.
identify what song is in
I'll
here.
send you
I
all
do
of my
have
wisdom
them.
teeth if you pay for the removal, please.
I'll send you something with ashes.
Valuable stuff.
It's
Don't
also
know-
definitely
don't know
illegal
whose
to send body
ashes.
parts in the mail.
Is a tooth? Is a wisdom tooth a body part?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I'll hand deliver
It is
it.
a part of your body.
I'll
Yeah.
hand deliver it.
Well, I'll handle it. Okay.
Just say it's raccoon teeth.
Still illegal. It's still biological tissue.
No, it's not.
I've never heard it.
Okay, that's the song.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
just
just plays on a loop.
Every time I thought it would end, it just kept going.
Okay, but that's not true though because you can order oddities from online and have them shipped.
Yeah, you can order
That's true.
bones from
That's
like
right.
human bones.
Yeah, we can do that.
I will ship
It's
you
voluntary and
one
ethical, so
one of my wisdom teeth if someone can identify what song
And
that
I
is.
have the other one.
I have 4, so sure. But do you have your wisdom teeth?
What are you doing?
No,
with number
they
3?
didn't
Well,
give
then
them
you
to
can't
me.
exchange
It's
wisdom
okay.
teeth with
They
me.
can't give. They didn't give them to me.
You should have asked for them.
I
you-
did.
can
I
you- can you ask-
Neither of you have yours out.
I've never
Oh, yeah,
had
neither
that
do you.
experience.
It doesn't really cause me much issue. I'm just chilling.
Ash is like, my mouth hurts constantly.
No, it's only like every few months that like there will be like a 2-week period, like every 3 to 6 months,
Get your
where it
wisdom teeth
hurts to
out,
open my
kids.
mouth.
Get your wisdom teeth out.
I can feel.
Okay, welcome to TB Dungeons
The
and
last
Dragons
episode
TBD&D.
Shut up, we're not gonna die.
Fools. Say goodbye. Bye.
If you don't want to die, then I ask you to remain silent as I do the recap. After finally getting to Gordanski, the behemoth of a city built by seemingly the gods themselves, alongside a significant amount of help from slavery and forced labor, the Parhurst steps with the cities climbing up them is remarkable in the most terrifying sort of way. It, as you see on the screen behind me, the city is beautiful. It is. There are beautiful parks. If you look past some of the lower steps where there's a lot more poverty, but even that is somewhat well taken care of, at least externally. Meeting with the king, the long-awaited meeting, you were surprised at how easy it was to get him to make concessions in your favor, whether it be asking him to, stop just arresting elves just simply for being elves, or expanding education opportunities, different wealth distribution efforts, as well as simply just opening up the arena to more and more people despite not having money. The meeting ended, however, after easy concessions on his end. It ended with him just killing one of his trusted advisors, childhood friends. The reasons behind him just killing one of his friends is because this individual lied to him for several weeks about, granted, a very, very serious issue. The issue of a large amount of very potent black salt disappearing from the vaults and not informing the king about it. After this, it was no doubt in your mind that the king of Gordanski is not a good person. Yet, in some ways, he is seemingly willing to improve the city in the ways that you brought up. But at the same time, does that excuse all the things that he's just put up with his entire reign? After leaving the keep, the capital, or the castle, and heading back down onto the Gordanski streets, talking to Schold a little bit, you learned about his true past. He is not actually Schold Fowrin, the esteemed son of the richest man probably in the entire world, but instead the one that killed the real Schold, stole his identity, and has slowly been gaining trust within the city of Gordanski. Seemingly a pretty decent plan that he's been able to pull off up until this point. His motives being that his family was brutalized and killed at the orders and hands of Gordanski. And he, being one of your new biggest allies, wants to help you in whatever way he can in bringing down this dynasty. A couple other very, very important things happened, the biggest of which is Ersa, after gaining some information from one of the brothel members, you struck your sword, Tempest, against a statue in the middle of the city, this statue built from the same Svarheim steel that your blade is crafted from. The statue melted before your eyes, revealing an individual that has been encased in it for 1,000 years. Heimdall, you learned. Another god to add to your list. This god is the god of foresight, hearing, and vision. Very, very important things that could be of great use. You learned from him that Tyr imprisoned him, tortured him, because he was the biggest threat to Tyr, at least he was 1,000 years ago. Tyr being the pinnacle of combat prowess, someone being able to predict the moves you make before you make them is a pretty hard counter, especially once Heimdall acquired a set of boots that were able to enhance his speed to a point that could keep up with his mind. Tyr, out of fear that this individual could usurp his power, enlisted the help of another figure, which you've heard sparingly, a figure known as Zeus. Zeus helped Tyr defeat Heimdall, take his boots, and imprison him in the center of the city where he would be able to hear everything going on for 1,000 years. Heimdall seemed pretty on your side. He explained that he's from the same realm that Tyr and Froya, as well as Cohen, used to live before it was destroyed. And he, whether you believe him or not, explained that he wishes to aid in any way he can. Perhaps mostly due to the point that he seeks vengeance in some kind against Tyr. The brothel members, sorry, I'm trying to remember, it's been a couple weeks. The brothel folk helped you remain secret. At least you hope so. They dispatched any guards that were sent to investigate the now melted statue, and they hid you within one of their locations where you are seemingly safe. We now open up on the inside of this brothel. It's nighttime. You hear guards kind of scrambling out in the street, but None are really approaching the brothel, and if any do, they are quickly and very deftly told off by any one of the brothel folk. Heimdall is with you. Shold is there as well. You also tried to, we'll see if it pays off, enlisted the king's son to kill his own father for you. Only time will tell how that goes, but that happened as well. The time is now yours.
We learned the boots were in the king's quarter.
Yes,
right?
you did learn that presumably the king himself wears them.
Heimdall, the nature of the spell that Tyr tortured you for, do certain enchantments, protections block that sort of divination, or is it pretty foolproof?
I mean, it's
For example,
it's pretty sturdy, but like all magic, there's always a counter.
What would be the counter to this magic? Good enough anti-listen spells?
You don't happen to have any world tree seeds?
Nope.
What about bark? World tree bark.
What are world trees?
Never heard of that.
They, the roots intertwine into realms, and sometimes they exhibit themselves physically on the plains. They're very, very potent. They link the realms together.
So even with protections for this very room, Tyr can still probably hear us?
Depends on if they were able to cast it in here. The spell is tedious to cast.
They have to step over every area?
Any area, yeah.
I don't think they
So it's-
should. Does the Night Watch walk inside of the buildings, or is it just outside on the brickwork?
They usually make their rounds through most buildings, but about 15 years ago, Lawrence was able to strike a bargain with the king in exchange for, at the time, a much-needed resource, and it made it so the Night Watch would not reside or step inside the brothel walls.
So we're good here.
That is why these places are safe havens.
Okay. In that case, everybody want to take a seat? All right. Oh no,
Heimdall
Hendrik's
goes-
breaking out the notebook.
Hold on. You don't need to introduce yourselves because I don't need to explain. I just am a little. I'm still waking up, right? And so I just. I know you're about to talk business. I already know everything you're about to say. I feel like I'm not really of value in this conversation.
Isn't it like 3 a.m?
Yeah. He goes, I don't really like talking business.
You're good to go.
I'm gonna,
I'm gonna insight check that.
he kind of walks out of the room, and you see he flags down two brothel members, and you see he approaches. It's a man and a woman, and he kind of bows his head a little bit, ushers forward his hand to kind of grasp the hands of the two individuals. He goes, "My name's Heimdall. I don't want your regular services. I've never been a fan of such activities, but I would love some good, just simple conversation. If I don't have any money, do you guys have any money?"
No. I have like 20 gold.
How much
No,
does
Some cash.
how much does a service usually cost?
You see he looks to them, and he goes, "It depends on the service." My service? Oh, it's pretty cheap. I don't know what your economy is like here.
I mean, we're just talking.
This should be good.
I
Thank
have-
you.
Oh, a couple gold will be okay.
Can I insight check why?
Sure.
Why?
Why?
Why is he doing this? That's tough. I have too much stuff in my awful. like a 10.
Yeah, you got no clue. He kind of, I will be back. Just holler at me if you need me, okay?
Okay.
All right. And he leaves.
Bow. Oh, okay. It is 3 a.m, but we only have 2 weeks till this dragon fight, so I'm gonna say this now. We can start getting to work tomorrow.
Alright.
Eyes is like kind of in a
Maybe
little ball.
maybe we do this in the morning
Okay.
when we're awake.
Sounds good.
All right. Where are we sleeping
I'm
tonight?
sorry.
I assume in here. Unless we're allowed to go out. But I highly doubt the situation has cooled off yet.
Shoal?
Yes.
Can we sleep in here? Is that like a thing that's allowed?
If you buy a room for a night, yes.
Okay, how much it cost? I cover it.
I don't know. I've never slept here.
Hey,
What was the head person's name? I know it was a dude.
I peek my head out and I'm like,
You see that same man. Things are finally starting to kind of calm down a little bit. He kind of.
how much can I pay for this room for tonight so we can sleep here and leave in the morning?
All of you in one room?
Yes.
Do you need cots?
No, we have bedrolls.
All right. I'm assuming you're paying because you wish to engage in our privacy accommodations.
It's gonna be a crazy, crazy night. Yes.
I mean, you can't be heard.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's important for that two-way. It's fine.
And just from behind Gwen, from the behind the
You
greatest
see,
hero.
you see he kind of counts you.
Eyes is passed out on the floor. She's out.
50 gold for the night.
Okay. I give him 50 gold and I give him 5 gold as a tip.
Yes. No tip.
Oh, okay.
Save that for one of the workers if any of you hire them. And he walks out. Shold kind of goes, I don't think I will be staying with you tonight. I have a very nice room in the keep, actually, but that is not the main reason. I wish to hear the king's reaction to all this. Certainly, these events would have reached his ears by now, and I want to be there to be able to hear what he says. Fair enough?
If you can meet back with us, they'll coordinate a couple things we might need your help with.
Is there any means of communication that I have remotely from the keep with you?
I mean, a couple of us know spells. No?
I could also just walk to the keep and get you in the morning.
I know, but if there is an emergency, I wish to tell you as soon as possible. Let's see. I will get to the keep within 20 minutes. How about if one of you would be willing in 1 hour? If you could just send me a message and initiate a communication, I will be able to fill you in with whatever I hear. That way you know it as soon as possible.
Okay.
I'm sure eyes won't mind being woken up.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Do you have any
I
spell
will leave
slots
this
left?
to you. And he leaves.
Yes. Always, baby girl. I'm a wizard. That's all I got is spell slots.
Okay. You guys get as comfortable as you possibly can. The events of the night are luckily uneventful. Nothing happens, no one barges into the brothel, everything's good.
I kick eyes in the foot an hour in.
She does not wake up for a minute.
You're gonna have to shake her and she's probably going to have a bed.
I peek my head out the door and ask for a glass of cold, ice cold water.
Why would you do that?
Whoa!
Activate the diver's reflex.
This is like a nighttime is their prime hours.
Oh,
so
never mind.
all of the workers are like up and about. So one is very quick to. You need anything?
I just got yelled at not to do what I was going to ask. I apologize for bothering you.
No
I go
worries.
back down.
You're ambiguous in this environment.
You see she kind of looks in. enjoy yourself in there. And she walks away.
I go to shake eyes.
Ah!
Hello, good morning. Can you send a message to Shoulder real quick?
No, in an hour. In an
No,
hour.
this is in an hour.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Just ask Shoal.
Send Shoulder a message real quick. I would assume everybody else is asleep already. I was gonna say I'm finding it very hard to sleep tonight. I'm wound up. So an hour in, people might be dozy, but I feel like I'm hitting a wall, but I think I'm still up. So
Sav is committed to the bit, and she sleeps in the corner with her little cape curled around, embracing the vampire aesthetic.
Standing up.
Just send
I
Shoulder.
feel like
Your eyes wide open. You don't know if she's asleep or not.
this is like the worst hangover I've ever had.
send Shoulder just a message real quick.
Shoulder.
Shoulder, yes.
Shoulder. Not shoulder. What's his face? Alright, we'll cast message. Hello?
He goes, Ice, hello, it is good to hear your voice. It has mostly, fortunately, resolved, well not resolved, but it has died down. The aggression.
He's got like 25 words, and then it stops.
He would know that, right?
I think you should have told him that from the beginning.
It like probably cuts out there.
Yeah, he... Ice?
I'll cast it again. Hello, you have 25 words.
Oh,
Be concise.
okay.
That was alright.
Oh, sorry. This is a lot of pressure. Oh, is it? The Tyr is here, speaking with the king. The king is trying to
That's where it stops.
No, we got one more.
Oh, we have one more?
trying to come. Then it cuts out.
Trying to come.
No, calm! Calm! No!
I'm like, what are Tyr and the king getting up to?
Big boy.
Oh gosh.
I will cast it one more gosh darn time. Hi. You are terrible at this. Please keep going. You cut off at comb.
Calm Tyr down. Tyr wishes to, and I quote, turn you into paste.
Turn us into paste.
The king is saying that that would be a bad
Yeah,
idea.
cut off at
We didn't hear that idea.
Oh, do we still have 5 more?
We've still got.
No, that was say 5.
Bad
It's
idea.
calm Tyr down. Tyr says, and I quote, he wants to turn you to paste.
The only magic he's ever cast was the very, very potent disguise spell, which he purchased.
I'm realizing that. Eyes is realizing that. But it's levels of frustration right
Does Tyr
now.
want to turn us into paste? Does he know that we freed him?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did we say any words while freeing him?
You talked to the dude about freeing him right next to the statue where he could hear you.
Well,
And
we're
knows
gonna die.
We have Svarheim Steel, which is the only thing that could have.
I didn't say we were going to do it though.
Yeah, but we're the only ones who could
Oh,
have.
I know.
And then it happened, and so he's like, what the fuck?
It did happen that night.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes later.
Well, we're going to die. No, I like.
She goes back to sleep.
She doesn't go back to sleep, but she like conks.
Such a doomer.
Just hurts.
Such a doomer.
I don't know if it's kind of a doomer.
Eyes is 100%.
Sorry to
Working
God
on that
of War is here and he wants us to turn us into
He's a
pigs.
coomer. Watching, he's a coomer. That's a thing that he actually said.
No way,
It's one of my favorite videos of him. Okay, do you guys all get to bed eventually?
Tyr's here. And I think he knows about us and your friend Heimdall. And I don't. It hurts to do anything. Ow. I'm gonna sleep. You know, if this is my last night alive, sleep sounds nice. If I dream, it'll be less nice. But hopefully, the grogginess will. Yeah.
Cody's been asleep.
Good night.
Sav,
I was gonna say, the rest of us have like been asleep for a while.
Sav sleeps like the dead.
Ba-doom.
You gotta cast Raise Dead
Get this
or whatever
Saturday Night Live.
to wake her up in the middle of the night.
Get right in.
I said you should go on Saturday Night Live.
That is a joke.
Or
Yeah, I'll go back to sleep.
Okay, you all get as much sleep as you can, some of you better than others. The uneventful night, it is now morning.
Give me a rest.
We are still alive.
Surprising.
Oh, did you guys hear from Schultz last night?
Yeah, Tyr is here. He wants to kill us.
Oh, is that new? Nice.
Great.
One problem at a time. Are you guys ready to talk about the dragon?
What?
Next order of business, dragon.
But that's not the next order of business here.
I think it is.
What?
I mean, we have to in 2 weeks.
Then we can.
It's forcibly been put as our first order of business.
Huh?
You're groggy. Let's talk.
No.
Tyr's here. He's pissed about Heimdall. We don't really have anything we can do about
We
that.
kind
What's
of
done is
figured that
done.
would
So
happen, right?
That's why I wanted to wait to do anything about
Well,
that.
that's
we're
not
here
what happened,
now.
though.
We're here now, and
Well,
Yeah.
thanks to your friend Shag. Certainly didn't.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I mean,
We're in Gordanski.
I'm stuffed full of
The
trauma
king wants to
already. I
kill
kind
us.
of.
Tyr wants to kill us.
Yeah.
Causing a little bit of trouble on our way out is fine.
Yep.
Now I
There's
don't.
no way we get out of this now. Like, we've been too deep in this for a long time. And
Exactly.
so it's
There's
kind of
got to-
like either we get killed by Tyr coming to get us, or we get killed in awesome dragon fight.
Or we get killed. Neither way, and
Or-
we win.
Yes.
And then Tyr kills us after. Okay.
What? We need. Whoa.
What's your suggestion
Listen,
for how we deal with this?
I'm just trying to process everything that we're learning. Tyr wants us dead now, for sure. No longer are we interesting. We are now a direct threat.
Oh, we're not a direct threat. We're just annoying.
I don't know. I think if Tyr really, really wanted us dead,
You'd be
we'd
able
be
to do
dead
it.
right now.
Well, then,
If he has room for the king to be trying to convince him that's a bad idea.
Yeah, and the only reason we're still alive is because that would prove him wrong in choosing us as champions. That's the only thing we have backing us up, so let's continue causing problems.
do we talk to the king?
Not about that.
I don't
I don't
want to.
think. Yeah.
I mean, you probably
To
will,
be
but I'll get to
honest.
that in a second. if you're willing to listen, I think I have a few things that would turn the tide in our favor, minimize our chances of death as high as they are.
I'd like to hear it.
Go right then.
Is that okay? Savener, contact Lenny. Set up a drop for a ring of evasion, some sort of healing for Ersa's protective healing bracelet around the forearm. And anything else the group might need. Oh, and 2 movable rods.
Huh?
I'll get to that. I turned to Teak, even though he's not here, I'm going to still say it. Teak, we have a ton of adamantium. Create a braided chain and attach the movable rods on either end of it.
Alright.
Oh my god. I will get to it. Calm down. Gwyn. The Silver Dragon is going to be executed the same day, or around the same day, as our fight in the Colosseum. If you can, and if you can get the help of our Kosai friends now, ex-Kosai friends, I should say, Tyr can hear everything in the streets. Let's use that to our advantage. Chat up in the streets how we're going to target a certain, I don't know, military official in one corner of the city, and then maybe with everybody in the Colosseum, I'm assuming most guards and all the other guards in this other place protecting an important individual. I will leave this up to you. Well, talk that into Tyr's ear. We use the opportunity then to maybe set something up for our ex-Kosai people to free that Silver Dragon. Could be valuable down the line, having that sort of favor in our back pocket. This is off the wall crazy. So if you can't figure it out, no issue. If we can.
Like set up
Well, in the...
bait the false hit, basically?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then use that opportunity of the Colosseum being nutty, and whatever guards they have in reserve will be sent to the false hit location.
How do we get the Kosai people on board, though?
I will leave that up to you.
Fair enough.
This is up to you if you even want to pursue it.
Oh, I'm going to pursue it. That sounds fun.
Because the more... I mean, we're so deep into this now. If you can cause the issues,
Just
cause
fuck
the
shit
issues.
up, yeah.
Ersa, you have a lot to do.
We are balls deep.
Activate the spark, possibly talk to the council. I have no idea what that'll entail. Pick up Lenny Drop with your little circle trick. Study the arena for a possible portal into the dragon. And whatever else you need to do. I assume you have quite a bit. I know you talked to your mother about some sort of list with questions. I'm assuming that as well. I know you and your new friend on the council had a moment. I will leave that up to you. I do not push. But we have 2 weeks before we could possibly die. So all the information that we can get, let's get it. Eyes. So the king just killed his main foreign affairs individual, and also Kosai and Gordanski might try to kill each other. If you can, try to keep that fire calm till at least after our Colosseum fight. Assuming we make it out on the other end of that, then we can try to stop a war from happening in between the 2 biggest sticks on Ezerun. So if you can, use those diplomatic skills that you've been using this entire time to try to keep that fire calm enough for us to postpone it, and then hopefully we can deal with that later. I am going to do a couple of things. This will all make sense in a moment. I will explain what I have an idea for the actual dragon fight itself. I will be creating a couple potions of Cloud Giant Strength, a couple of enlarged potions. Possibly Black Salt and Arcan, although you seem to hate that stuff. So I prefer you don't use the Black Salt, but I can't blame you if you do, you druggie. Sorry, that was kind of sore. Along with that, I'd really like to... Shuld's not here yet. Once Shuld gets here, I'm going to ask him to set up a practice for me. Send some Gordanski guardsmen this way, training officials. And hopefully, if I can spend a few days getting my shit rocked, I can get my ox pretty fucking charged up. So if we need to, I haven't even activated it. I've been saving it for a week, so why not build it up a little bit more? We'll see what this puppy can do. I pat the axe.
This thing can hold so many fucking charges in it.
This thing can hold so many souls.
And then finally, Odie, along with, trying to stop war from happening, along with trying to stop executions from happening, our main mission here was to get the people on our side. Use those cooking skills. Go to the lower shelves. If you can, try to set up a dialogue. Make it clear with guardsmen that any offensive questions that the people might have, don't meet it with cutting their hands off like the king has said. We're dealing with a delicate sort of situation here. Try to, slowly but surely show the people that we're not demons. They look at me like a fucking god and I hate it. But everyone else here, goblins, orcs, elves, goat folk, gnomes, they're not demons. So if you can, try to make the difference that way.
Right.
If you need gold to help for food, I know you love cooking.
I've got plenty to pay.
Now, what I had for an idea for the actual fight itself. Generally, I will go over roles. Ersa, you and I will be mostly working together. I will be the shield while you be the spear. All of our long-range individuals, Teak, Gwyn, Eyes, Odie, it will be vital that you spread out. One breath weapon can down any of us, so let's avoid grouping up. You guys will be the main damage being dealt for this entire fight, so stay far away, stay in cover. I will try to be the shield and or distraction. If I'm the one messing with it, it will hopefully keep its claws on me. Now it's smart, so we have to force it to do that. What I had as an idea for that is the adamantium and immovable rods. Now movable rods are for the most part immovable, but for an ancient dragon, even that might be a little rough. And we can't use attached to immovable rods with rope. The dragon will just rip through the rope. But I think there will be a couple things that will make the difference between us surviving this fight and us being killed. One, Saverin, you must stay alive. If you go down, we are dead. It is that simple. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, that's a lot of pressure. You will hate this, but I'm going to take off some of the pressure from you. And this is how we will do that. You stay in cover and you stay in your mist form until after breath weapons.
Okay.
Even if one of us goes down, you stay in that mist form until a breath weapon goes off. Then you have 10 seconds to heal and immediately retreat back into mist form. I have a couple different forms of healing. If you are willing, I would like to take the boots of speed back off of you to help my mobility, and my axe does have a healing ability now as well. So I will act more as I will not be dealing much damage in this fight. My main job is to keep it wound up and keep people alive. Because that breath weapon will kill in one go. I cannot make that clear enough.
If I may interject, my bow?
You need to do the killing blow.
On one dragon. At least one.
This dragon, hopefully.
But we're supposed to fight multiple, remember?
We are?
In stages, that's what I
thought the big dragon.
I don't think anyone said anything about multiple dragons.
Okay.
They said that stages would possibly be a part of it, though, but there wasn't any mention of another.
But yeah, hopefully if we can, I want to set it up so you get the killing blow so we get that bow.
I would appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And for as much comfort as it will bring, I do have my key from the Tomb of Carthrak. That's. Did we go over what those do really? I went over a couple, but the key that I got from the Carthrak tomb, it grants me 9 lives. like a cat. So
Will if you die, you immediately come back to life consciously, or will you stay unconscious but not die?
what have I
Very
been
important,
doing?
because if you stay unconscious,
if
we don't want you going
if your hit
unconscious.
points are to drop below 1, you are immediately brought back to 1. This can happen 9 times.
So you're
Okay.
conscious.
Okay.
And it's you choose. I assume I can choose when to apply that and when to.
No, it happens automatically.
Oh, okay.
You also have
Orcish resilience.
Orcish
I
resilience.
do.
Okay.
So it's like 10 times.
So yeah. So
You know,
so when I drop down to 0, but when I'm not outright killed, I can just drop to 1,
The
and then
big-
if I'm hit again, I can revive myself.
amazing to hear.
I'll be
But
really annoying.
at the same
I
time,
will still stay in this form, so
and
be
the
careful.
and the dragon is
I can,
smart.
But
If you don't wait for a breath weapon attack, and you go to bring up a downed ally, it will then use its breath weapon attack, permanently killing whoever has fallen unconscious and burning one of your 9 lives.
I will
So-
definitely still be careful. But just
Perfect.
so you know that there is some security there.
Perfect. Just please be careful, because you are vital for the longevity of this fight. Gwyn, Ersa, you are both vital for the end game of this fight. The way you sneak up, look for those openings, whatever you got going on is growing day by day. Stay up.
I've also been saving a few things for this occasion as well.
Perfect.
You remember those black salt arrows?
That as well will help a ton.
I still have 3, so
Well, let's hope
I
they
can shoot one in the gut, one in the right wing, one in the left wing, and we should have a big old...
Well, remember, sometimes the magic doesn't hold. It doesn't always hold.
They have to roll a save.
Sometimes they can fight it off.
Well, I'm sure if you asked him, I want to speak for him, but I'm sure Teak would be willing to make you some more.
Yeah.
He would agree.
We have the material.
Now,
We do.
finally, with all the random stuff that I've been saying, the Ring of Evasion I think should go for you. Now, like I said, you are vital for the longevity of this fight. Maybe we get 2 Rings of Evasion for you as well, because of the damage you can deal late game.
At this point, Heimdall sneaks in, kind of
would
sits
it-
down.
What would a ring of evasion do?
So it makes you even more dodgy. So,
Above the table,
Let's-
what does a ring of evasion do?
it's deck save. When you roll a deck save, if you fail, you take half. If you pass, you take no damage.
Can we get me one of them puppies?
Rogues.
Yeah, rogues at level 7.
Okay, so...
Can I
yeah, ring of
tell?
evasion would be good because I have a high deck save too, which would mean I would take a lot less damage overall.
I'm a little suspicious of Heimdall.
Dude, you're suspicious of everyone.
That's true. That's really true.
He's sitting there now. He's being very quiet and letting you guys finish, but
Can I tell just what he's thinking about, what vibe he's giving off? If he
yeah, go for it. Try and make a insight check.
Oh my god.
While we're doing that, Brandon, could you repeat your list of what you wanted me to do? So I make sure I got it.
A couple of rings of evasion.
I would like one if you could get more than 2.
2 rings of 3. If you have the attunement slots.
Right, that's
I
another
don't
factor.
know. I don't think I'm really.
Well, I don't
into
have the
anything.
attunement slot.
I'd like one.
I do think you.
Rings of evasion for everyone.
We have little HP. This is so nice to not be hit all the time.
Yeah, and that breath weapon will kill any of you guys in one hit.
On second thought, like above the table, it wouldn't be smart for Gwen to have one because that would mean that I would have to get rid of my...
Oh, because all 3 of yours are filled. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Then-
think I'm attuned to anything.
20.
What about your wand?
Your wand.
It doesn't require
Oh,
two.
it does?
I was gonna say,
So-
I think it is.
3 rings of
That's
evasion.
a 20 for
2
insight.
movable
Can you
rods.
send me the stats for that?
Some sort of mechanical healing magic. What is the source of your magic for the sometimes you get hit, the band around your wrist,
this
and
out.
it'll absorb the blow. That's been burnt. right?
Yeah, if it could get re-enchanted.
Re-enchanted some sort of.
So I could take it with me.
Twice, and you get to pick one.
Okay.
So it's. I'll ask you again.
Then
Sorry.
I can text you.
Okay,
So-
I needed to write it down again.
generally, that will be our move. Stay spread out. I will be the shield. Ersa will be the spear. Savrin, stay up because that dragon will be targeting you the entire time. Early game. Like I said, there's a couple things that will determine if we win or lose this fight. Next thing is if we can ground the dragon. That will be a game changer. 3 different ways we can do that. Well, the first 2 plans kind of overlap, and then I have an idea for a backup plan as well. Cloud Giant Strength and an Enlarge Potion. If it gets close enough to the ground, will be able to headlock the fucker and try to keep it on the ground. With our adamantium chain and a movable rod, hopefully, Teak. There is a yard game.
Could you drive an immovable rod like a nail through its wings into the ground with the chain overlapping?
Not
its
really.
neck? No? Okay.
But this is what I had in mind as well. There is a yard game that I played as a kid. Two balls attached by a string, and then there's a little, like a hurdle. And when you toss it, the ball, you try to line up the string to hit the bar, and the ball will wrap around.
What's it called? It's called like...
I forget the name. But if we can do that with 2 immovable rods on either end, anchoring it, and in an adamantium chain connecting the 2, hit it at, if this is the wing of it, right? It connects down to the body in a thinner point from the wing itself. So if we can wrap it around that joint, its wing would be stuck, grounding it. So headlock, grounding, those 2 things.
That was a 20 for that insight check, by the way,
yes.
on Heimdall.
He doesn't seem to react by you looking. He doesn't even seem to notice. He's kind of just looking around. He seems in a more of a serious mode, like he had the night to reflect and kind of ground himself a bit, and he's ready to participate.
And then what was that about? You said that you wanted me to call Lenny?
Well,
Lenny for something?
we can't source these magical items inside the city. Lenny would be able to source it outside of the city and put it somewhere, and at that point, Ersa would be able to open a portal and grab it.
Oh, okay. So we can't get them from within here, but
We cannot.
okay. But I could contact Lenny, tell him to get immovable rod and that stuff from somewhere over there, and then we can pick them up. Okay.
Exactly.
Should I do the same thing for Ersa's band? Should we send it to him and have him?
Yes. So this will take a couple of days. Send a note and the band into Lenny's office with a date and time where we're going to open up the same portal, maybe on his desk again. His desk is protected, maybe under the bar or something, I don't know. Backup plan. If I can't get the thing on the ground and the immovable rod doesn't work, I thought maybe, I don't know how your portals work, but if you could open up a portal on the joint of the wing and teleport even a millimeter section of flesh off of that dragon in the joint of the wing, that wing is now fallen off and it cannot fly. But I wanted a backup plan because we were going to practice with you in the arena to try to hit a critical hit inside the dragon. Maybe disable a breath weapon if you aim for its throat, but open up a portal inside of it and attack.
I will see if that's possible.
Mid game, stay alive. Late game, keep on hitting it till it dies. At that point, it'll be a war of attrition. Who can last longer and who can deal more damage?
Heimdall finally perks up. He kind of... I wish to participate in...
The arena fight.
No, I can't show my face.
That's fair.
If Tyr sees me, hears me, if I even step outside of this building, he would level the entire block immediately. He would rush to it, try and kill me as fast as possible. It's too much of a risk. But I wish to help in other ways. And if there ever is an opportunity where...
You can hear very well. You heard the entire city in that statue.
Voices kind of get jumbled together, but more or less.
Where, in what direction can you hear the growl of dragons? In great numbers.
It's underneath the keep. The sounds they're making are not pleasant. I can also, more or less predict people's thoughts. If there was a way that I could be with you physically while not actually being there physically. Ersa, I know you can cast portals. Good, I'm glad you don't have to ask me why I know that. We're on the same page. A specific portal, would it be possible for you to carry it on you? Or does it have to remain stationary? You're not sure.
Like move it?
Yes.
I guess you know my answer already.
Yeah. What if we got like a block of wood? Like a, could you focus the portal directly on that and try and move it with it?
I could find out.
You could put that then in a bag of holding where it'd be completely concealed. But this would allow me to hear, be technically in the same presence of anyone you spoke to. That means I could tell whether or not they're being truthful with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
From inside a bag of holding.
The way it works, for example, right now there is a woman on the far side of the city who is scrounging together every bit of copper she has to buy her child a loaf of bread. Her name is Sin, spelled with a, I would assume an S-Y-N-N. I cannot read her mind. I have to be in close proximity. I can hear her, sure, but I can't read her mind. I can't tell what she is about to do before she does it. I have to be in close proximity, but if there was a portal, I would think that I would technically be in the same presence as an individual.
Not within a bag of holding. You're in a separate plane when you're inside a bag of holding.
Okay, then something else. As long as the portal's not seen.
Inside a locket?
I mean, it could be small.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be big. As long as the air between us is technically shared, then...
Like a little watch?
Yeah, that would work. At least in theory.
We could do something like that.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully I'll,
I think we need to speak to the king.
What about?
I think he wants to speak with you. There's about a guards 2 blocks down, walking with quite a bit of haste. There's only 2 of them.
Maybe you should move out.
I'd assume they're here to invite you to his presence.
Let's go meet him.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we do that, I'm gonna hit the bathroom.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Goodness.
Have fun together.
Of course.
I'd like to imagine they're in like separate stalls. They're like
They talk.
Gwen is swinging her legs by the toilet.
It's too big.
Did you guys like my rant?
Yes.
I did, but
Yeah.
Did you talk about? Never mind.
What did I talk about?
I was talking to.
Heimdall would also ask you. We're gonna keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. Heimdall would also ask you, Ersa. He goes. So. You wish to absorb more of these portals, and there are 2 inside the city.
That's what Schultz said.
Yes, it is what Schultz said. Okay. And you think this would unlock more abilities on your end?
That's what I've been told.
Okay. Well. Pardon my, jumping right into things today. I made a decision just a couple hours ago that I should remain steadfast and serious. I got all conversation out of my system. Eyes, you seem immensely, as you very well should be, concerned about my motives here. Are there any questions you wish to bring up with me?
read my mind then.
It's not how it works. I can tell what you're about to say before you say it, but it still requires you to say it.
Or at least get ready to say it.
I can gauge your true intentions.
I get ready to ask him a question.
You're trying to get me, the DM, to guess. I cannot read minds, so I'm going to have you ask the question.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get you to do here.
You have to be
DM,
responsible
big
for your role
DM.
play, Lily.
No! Why help us?
He wants the boots back.
Doesn't like Tyr.
Those are 2 very good reasons. But also, this is a completely foreign world to me. I have no connections here. Quite frankly, I don't even know who I really am anymore, what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to do. But the only goal I have had in over 1,000 years is just the fact that I want to be rid of Tyr in my life. And you people seem like you align similarly, so that's where I'm at.
And then what? After Tyr?
Oh, I have no idea.
What do you think you'll do?
Oh, preferably die. If I'm being completely honest with you. I've lived a long time. I really don't want to wait around and see this world blow up like mine.
You could help us stop it.
Before I could even walk, I was told that I was prophesied to announce the ending of my world, to warn people. Before I even had a thought of my own, fate chose for me. So I did my best, and my world's gone. So I don't really know.
You don't have to know, but you can try.
I'll try. This is also my first day. Sort of.
It's a lot to ask, yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend the dwarvish burritos.
The breakfast variety with the eggs in them.
Smelled them before. Heard the obnoxious smacking of teeth and gums against them before. Maybe I'll try it.
How do we know you won't just...
You don't You have no idea, no way of telling. And I'll be perfectly clear with you, there is absolutely no way you would ever be able to read me. You can't tell if I'm lying to you, if I'm being honest. Sort of a thing I've just gotten used to.
Well, then why help you? Can you answer that one?
Because he can help us.
I mean,
We're not
you're not really doing
helping
anything for him.
You really don't have to do anything for me.
Well, you said you're free.
Oh, you did, and I'm very grateful for that. And because of that, I would like to help you.
It's not like he's asking anything of us.
I'm kind of just in a limbo of my own mind right now. Don't really know what's happening, still feels like a dream. So it helps if I focus on a goal, and we just so happen to have very similar goals. So that's where I'm at.
Well, we'll go see the king. You take some time to figure out your limbo.
Man, you really don't like me?
Should we
Don't
like
take
many
it
people.
personal, Heimdall. She doesn't like anyone usually.
should we head
Not really.
upstairs in preparation for the people to get here?
They'll be here in about a minute and a half.
Straighten up.
Let's go.
Odie, can I actually talk to you for a second alone?
Sure.
Hey, can everyone else leave the room?
What?
Sure. Sure.
Why not?
Yes, if everyone would leave the room.
Alright.
Yay! I can be dramatic.
Wait, what are you doing? For real?
Good luck, Odie.
What?
Try Odie.
I know it's no use, but I also ask Heimdall to like just step into another room.
I assume so.
And so like as you're starting to walk out, I grab her. Can I actually talk to you for a second?
Sure.
I'm gonna share a tradition with you that my grandfather introduced to our family. When kids date around, go through a couple of partners, trial and error, all that good stuff. Eventually, there will be a person that the parents endorse
Okay.
for someone that they trust with their kin. Now, I don't know what the nature of you and Saloon's relationship will be in the future. There is no pressure either way. But even though she is my deity, I almost think of her as my kin. And I can tell that she really likes you. Will this lead to marriage? I don't know. But it will be a strong bond, I'm willing to bet that. And
Okay.
I know that you possibly will live for a very long time. So, this tradition is to pass an heirloom. For my mother, Ember, my grandmother, Mavis, gave her lute to Ember as an endorsement when she found my father. I cared for both of you deeply. And out of everyone, I believe you will be able to protect her most. So you see him reach into his shirt and pop a chain off of his neck that has 2 rings on it. These are the wedding bands of Quinn and I. And I share this tradition with you in brotherhood, in trust, that you will love Saloon forever. And I hand you the 2 rings. We're getting into some dangerous stuff. If you need to, if things are not looking good, run. I want you to be there for her. If everyone else here falls, she will need someone. I've lived a life. I now believe I'm on my second, and my second purpose is to protect and hopefully elongate everyone in this party's mission. I believe that responsibility, for me at least, goes to Saloon as well, and I trust you as a brother to help me do that.
Thank you. That all... I don't even know what to say. All I know is that this feels to me that it's a cause worth dying for.
Well,
Saloon would probably be someone worth living for.
I know it's a lot to ask, not to die for a cause bigger than yourself, but I hope to willfully pass the responsibility of loving in the future to you.
Okay. I think I can do my best.
Yeah. All I ask is for you to survive, even if you need to abandon me. It's a lot to ask. But I pass this responsibility on to you. I know we've traveled for a few months, but I feel like we are brothers in arms in this point. Go in for a big hug. Only if you accept, of course.
No, absolutely, he does. I don't know what to say to that. Oh my god.
And don't worry, I'll think of other heirlooms if my son and daughter, if they find the one that they will hopefully love forever. I have other heirlooms to give to them, so don't worry about that. But even if it's friendship, romantic, platonic, whatever it might lead, I know that you two will probably know each other for a very long time. And so I ask you to live for her and survive.
Thank you. I will do my best to give this to your deity so that she can forever hold the memory of your wife.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Of course.
Actually, I would now ask you to leave.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Shit, what did I do to myself?
Okay, fine guys. Fine. I'm gonna go ball.
It'll only take a second.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
As Odie leaves, right as you are about to leave through that room, you hear and kind of see Saloon in your mind. Whether it be pure coincidental, given that these brothels are heavily protected from any deity or any other magical force peering into it, whether it be fate prompting her to send you this message at this time, but as you kind of leave that room, step out from the brothel, you hear, "My gift to you, just in case, stands. If that is still something you wish to do."
Like I said to Odie, I believe my life ended at the end of the war. I was supposed to die there. I do not know why I live, but I live with purpose to protect and elongate the stories of those around me.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I sure hope not.
And with that, you set off. Will you get the rest one?
I'm so scared.
We were sitting in the living room, and Ashley comes out, and she just lays down on the wooden floor.
That was very cute.
Oh, what happened?
At the front of the brothel, two guards, hands on the hilts of their blades, kind of approach. One of them kind of goes, "The king has requested your presence. Seems as if you already got the message."
Sounds good. I mean, I wanted to get some fresh bread. Just woke up. Well, we can head that direction.
Stop by bakery on the way, maybe?
Hopefully. I'm starving.
They kind of escort you loosely. You kind of trail behind them until eventually you walk up the far steps. The insanely large keep above you, the guard towers, hundreds, if not thousands, of guards patrolling, stationed, this magnificent opus of architecture stretching into the clouds. You step inside, wander through the various corridors, and off in the distance, you hear a voice that you will probably never forget. The same voice which nearly killed Savrin's father of sorts. You hear the voice of Tyr, seemingly addressing the king. He goes, "These individuals, which I so stupidly in retrospect decided to play with, have now freed the one person I wish to never see free again, and you're asking me to spare their lives. You work for me, king." The king goes, "Tyr, might I remind you that you were the one to mock them, setting their fate and this entire city's fate aligning with them. That was your choice, not mine. So we must align with the consequences of that decision. If you kill them, especially so brazenly, what will the city think? Speaking of which, I think they're here."
We are.
So you kind of step inside. You all make eye contact as you pass the Goliath that is the king's son. He kind of makes eye contact with each of you and lets you pass.
Subtle. Thank you.
You see,
No.
you see Tyr in his large, muscular yet more fat sort of look to him, standing well over 7 feet tall, probably weighs at least 500 pounds. He's a very, very large, intimidating individual. He's standing, he kind of looks up towards each of you. I was not hoping to see you all this soon, but here we are. Where is he?
Who?
Oh, don't play games with me. Please just tell me where he is, and I'll forget about this entire situation.
What?
Or do I need to remind you what I'm capable of?
We know what you're capable of.
No, you're really not. From what I hear, dear old Orc's dad is still alive. That's very rare. At least he can't walk, so we'll have a little reminder of me for the rest of his little life. So where is he? Are you the one addressing me?
I'm talking to you right now. I just don't
Okay, so where is he?
Who?
The king here is insisting that I don't flay you living and have you stretched, all the while clerics keeping your heart pumping and your senses adequately fulfilled. He says that it would go against everything we stand for, which I have to secede. I agree on. But don't think I won't still do it. This is a long, long life I live, so what if this generation thinks a little lesser of me? There'll always be another. So where is he?
Oh.
He walks forward, looming over you, Gwyneth. You barely see past his gut as it kind of... he's got this massive gut, but also you can see like pronounced abdominal muscles, immensely intimidating. He kind
about
of
to die.
He kind of stands over you.
Death by belly flop.
He kind of Gwyn, correct?
Gwyneth.
I will pound you into the ground like a nail. Tell me where he is.
Oh.
Okay, fine. Then I'll kill Ursa. You're fond of her, huh? I've noticed.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my friend. But if you kill Ursa, then you just...
Shut up. Where is he?
You're addressing me now?
You seem to think that you're the voice of reason.
I
Be reasonable.
say reason, but
See at that brothel you're at? Might assume so. I like that place. Brings in a lot of money. Keeps the people on the higher steps happy. I'd really not like to destroy it, but I will if I need to. So please just tell me where he is. I'll go in, get him. Nothing to worry about.
I really don't think that this sort of threatening presence...
The king kind of... Tia, are you afraid of him?
Cohen?
No, the king.
Why?
It seems as if you
Voiced
are...
thousands.
It's fine.
It seems as if you are afraid of him, the way that you're threatening people which really should not intimidate you in the slightest. He does not have his boots. As per your command, my ancestors locked them away in a vault where no one will ever be able to access them again, not even you. So there is nothing to fear by this Heimdall that you at one point feared so dearly. Tyr kind of walks back and kind of tries to intimidate the king, but he seems unfazed by it. The king looking directly up at him. Tyr is easily twice, if not 3 times the size of the king. The king goes, if you want these people dead so badly, then let them do it in the arena. A place where the whole city can get behind them, and if they die there, then we could play it off as if the marked ones were putting on a show, giving free, affordable tickets to everyone in the city, boosting morale and serving the great Tyr. I've even been convinced to let Dula do it for us. Should be quite a show. Do you object to this? Let them keep their little new friend. It's not like he should be bothering us. What, the worst he can do is read your mind? I feel as if your intentions are very much already known. They'll fight in the arena. They'll die. And if they don't, well, I may shed a tear for my dragon, but the city will have new fighters. Worthy soldiers in the fights yet to come. Tyr goes, keep him. If I see him, I'll surely kill him. Maybe I'll even stop by that brothel when I get a spare amount of time. Just know you are on very thin ice right now. I would love to pay another visit to dear old Lenny. Finish the job. Or anyone else from your past. Your son, dwarf. Oh, he's just a few blocks away. I would love to pay him a visit. You'll fight in the arena, but you're gonna have to fight your way to Dula. I don't want you going in fresh. The king goes, do you wish to take away their weapons, armor, everything like that as well? If you ask me, I think that would lessen the show, wouldn't it? He goes, You may keep everything. Bring whatever you wish. Nothing will save you.
And if we do that?
Make them fight Dula's son first. It'll make it so Dula's extra angry if they somehow best him.
2 dragons.
The king goes, so excited. Tia, Dula will not like this. I don't care what Dula wants. She's a pet, whether she knows it or not, and her son is too. I'm sure they're capable of killing a small young dragon. I'm counting on it. Make Dula fight extra fierce. I guess I'll be seeing you real soon then. He looks to the king, kind of breathes down his neck, and goes, Do not fail me, or I'll kill you all the same. And Tyr disappears. The king goes, Pardon my deity's behavior. He gets a bit brash, but you've met him before, so I'm sure you are well aware of his behaviors. I can't say I am dissimilar in many ways. I am not. We all have that side to us. He has a history with this individual which you so quickly freed from a torturous prison which Tyr had hoped he would be there for all eternity, but life is full of disappointments, isn't it? You will fight in the arena.
Of course.
You have 1 week.
1?
I'm moving it up.
Okay.
I'm moving it up because I fear if Tyr had to wait another week without such entertainment, he may get angry. And he tends to destroy things when he's angry. One week, exactly. Be at the arena, don't be late. If you are, or if you skip town, well, Tyr will deal with you himself, and you're out of my protection. I'm trying to offer you the best possible way out of this.
We're not saying no.
Oh, I know, you can't say no. I just wish to express that I don't want to see you die. Laugh as you will, but you bring valuable input. And I wish to hear more of it. But let's get through this week first, shall we? Any questions for me?
May we have access to the arena before the fight?
I don't see as to why not.
Cool.
Besides, none of the traps are active.
It's not about planning for traps, don't worry.
Do you wish to speak about that interaction you just had?
What is there to speak about?
I'd say quite a lot. Well, I mean, he can hear everything we say here, can he not?
I have my ways around such violations of privacy.
Excellent. It's good to know that we both value it. When Tyr said that Dula, your dragon, is a pet, he had a double meaning, and I think we both know it. Because you're his pet, too.
Oh, he sees all of us as pets. We're nothing to him.
True.
Believe it or not, I want to see this city succeed, and I just so happen to be born into a bloodline that has the opportunity to do so. So I work with him. I have no choice, much like you.
Well, I wouldn't say that you don't have a choice. Even gods can grow old and weak.
What do you think immortality means, huh? Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that they can be killed, but... What, wait him out? Not in my lifetime. Not in my children's.
You
Their
have
children's.
a narrow vision. If
Then
I
do
may
enlighten me.
I have work to do.
Gordanski has access to resources unknown by most other nations. And so do we. We've begun this relationship with quite a bit of tension between us. You believed Tyr sent us here to whip you back into shape, correct?
He wishes to play with you, like toys, and when he grows bored, he'll get rid of you. It's happened several times before.
Precisely. So we'll play the games in your arena and be his toys, but his underestimation of mortality is where we have advantage.
What are your goals, huh? Well, I know what they are. You want to destroy Gordanski, not physically. You'd be rid of me in a moment's notice if you had the choice. Hell, you even told my son to do it for you. Isn't that right?
Uh-oh.
You hear the son's footsteps kind of approach from behind. The king goes, "Now that made me doubt our relationship. I've tried at every opportunity to keep you alive, and this was my last effort. But if it goes beyond this, I'll kill you myself. So I don't care what you have to offer, because quite frankly, you have nothing to offer."
I would disagree.
Then tell me, right now, what do you have to offer that we don't already have, huh? Being blind?
Freedom. From Tyr.
None of us are free. Not really.
He could be.
No. Another god always comes around. Do you even know who Tyr responds to? Who he works for? There's always someone else. Always. That's how the gods work. It's a hierarchy upon a hierarchy upon a... It never ends. You kill Tyr. Let's say you do it, huh? Let's say I help you. You kill Tyr. Then what?
Well, someone will need to take his place.
Yes. The god which helped him imprison the person you just set free. The person that Tyr is more afraid of than anything else in this world. The individual which I believe, if he wanted to,
Thor, was that his name?
could kill Tyr like that. Nothing to him. It reaches a point where there really is nothing we can do. And you have to accept that. So you should feel small. Because we are, in the grand scheme of things, the gods. They don't care. There's always another one, and another one, and another one. And what they hear are prayers. Kneeling down at night looking up to the stars, the moon, the sun, praying for bread on our tables, praying to walk again, to see again, and they laugh and they spit at us. But there is always another that they themselves respond to and see as their God. So, from my perspective, is it really worth risking the destruction of this entire world to go to war with gods who really don't care?
Well, the way I see it, it seems like you've accepted your fate as living under Tyr's thumb for you and your children to come.
I have. And you should get used to it if you wish to survive longer than a week.
I think that the difference.
Do you know that 400 years ago there was a revolt?
Talk.
There was a time where people wished to overthrow Tyr. There's even a couple gods on their sign. Do you know what happened?
Tell me.
Millions died. Several gods. So what's the point? You think I'm bad for trying to keep my people alive?
I don't think that.
You're wagering to kill an individual who the person that would then replace him is so much worse. What do you have to say?
You just talk a lot and you ramble, making the same points over and over again. We get it. Like, we have a fundamental disagreement here, right? Being that you see this in the way you've been expressing for the last 3 hours, it feels like. And we see it another way. And
why do you think Tyr marked us?
Because he simply wants to play with you.
And why would he
As
want
well as he knows your motives. I knew your motives before he even stepped foot in the city.
I'm certain you did.
It's easier for him to watch you, see what sort of rebellions you speak up.
Why would he select us to play with?
I don't begin to indulge in what an individual who's lived
Do you
thousands of
want me
years
to tell
thinks.
you?
I genuinely didn't hear that. I was trying to...
Do you want me to tell you?
Oh, here we go, sure.
Because we found the one thing that can unravel the idea of gods altogether.
What's that?
One woman Tyr currently holds captive.
Cartherac, yes. And how do you expect to free her? Do you know where she is? Where he keeps her?
I don't. And that is why we are searching for allies.
I know where she is. But why would I tell you?
Because freeing her means the end of Tyr.
You go there. You try and free her. He'll just die. Which, it's getting to the point where I really don't care about that anymore, so I'd be happy to tell you, but... like I said, I'm similar to him. I wish to play as well.
you want to be similar to him.
Of course I do. He's a god. Who wouldn't want to be a god?
Me?
Me.
Sounds kind of awful.
Well,
Personally, if I had it my way, none of this would have happened and I'd be running around the forest, right? But that's not the world we live in. What I was trying to get at earlier is we have this fundamental disagreement and there's this difference. And that difference is that you are complacent.
what would you have me do? Tell me what you want me to do right now.
I don't need you to do anything is the thing.
No, but it seems that you're trying to get me on your side. So please, any one of you, tell me what you want me to do. It's proven that I'm willing to help.
With all due respect, you speak of us as a monolith. Personally, I don't give a fuck.
Great.
I think that's what you misunderstand. Like, we're here on business. You're here on business.
Gwen, you don't
Let's do business.
care?
What business do you want me to engage in with you?
You don't need to. Oh my god. You're missing the point.
Let's say you do free Carthrak, huh? What does Tyr do next? Let's say he even loses his immortality. He's still a god. He just now has a time frame. He won't live forever. He will level this entire world. Destroy it. Destroy any world he wants to, if it means enacting his revenge. Because at that point, he has nothing to lose.
Then we'll kill him.
We're
And
talking
in the process,
circles again.
millions will die. That is what I'm getting at.
Not if we do it in the right place.
And what is the right place?
That I will need your help to decide upon.
Anywhere you fight him. Have you ever seen a god fight? Like really fight, full power, nothing held back.
I've seen that kind of power, yes.
When?
A long time ago.
Oh, tell me.
Tell me.
Because I've been told a lot of things about you. Not all of them line up. Have you done the research? Do you know if it actually happened?
Research about what?
You don't know. A little birdie told me that there was a place in the blood swamps. A small village of orcs, right? This individual you speak of that we both know visited quite frequently. Do you know what happened to this village? Tell me.
You seem to already know. Why don't you enlighten me?
I want to hear it from you first.
As far as I know, it was completely destroyed.
No. It wasn't. Have you been there since?
No.
Have you researched it all? Ask your portal friend to give a glimpse for you. It still stands today. No harm. Seems as if your father showed you things that weren't actually real. I don't want to see this world blow up. And whatever ally you think you have, that you could maybe get on your side, I don't think he is who he portrays himself to be. There are plenty of goblins like you. I'm sure you've met one or two in your time. None of their stories line up. None of the places they claim have been destroyed are actually gone. No record of it. I think this conversation is up, please. I'll see you at the arena.
My god.
We have work to do. Boy, would you please escort them out of the keep? The son kind of nods, kind of puts forward his large arm and kind of ushers you out.
I told you we should have just killed him.
He's right there.
Last night you were afraid of an ancient dragon, now you're waging war against gods.
We started this to wage war against a god.
Yeah, but
No,
you're-
we started this to change up the power structure, get new people in there, not kill them.
this whole thing started about changing how Gordanski worked. The gods thing didn't happen until we met here.
I wasn't on board with changing Gordanski until Cartharax was taken prisoner.
Why
Because
did you
I knew
agree to it then?
Changing Gordanski would weaken Tyr and give her a chance.
By the way, you're still being escorted by the sun. I don't know if you wish to continue. Or are you saying this conversation is happening after you are pushed out of the
I
keep?
think our characters would be smart enough to not say this in front of the sun.
Okay. The sun is gone. He pushes you out.
I mean, you wouldn't say this in the street either.
I know. I'm assuming you're saying this in a safe location, but please continue.
Back to the brawl.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going for the throats of gods. I thought we were just showing how one is not very cool and putting someone who has better ideals in their position. Not kill and wait for the power vacuum to obliterate the world.
I don't want that.
That's kind of what you were insinuating.
You literally
To
said
an
that you
evil
wanted
king.
My apologies then.
Look, I don't see the point in arguing over this small shit with the king.
What? What do you mean small shite?
It's a figure of speech.
No. How is this small?
No. It's not. It's a joke. What I'm saying is, I think that talking to the king about this stuff makes no difference in what we're going to do.
Listen, I'm trying to get us allies anywhere that I can. I'm scrambling at anything, grasping at straws.
I worry that you're giving too much information to certain people. Which is ironic, no?
I think the king already knew everything that we had to say.
And I appreciate the effort looking for allyship.
I just don't see the point in searching for that within the king.
What will Tyr react to if we create a power vacuum here in Gordanski and change it to a democracy? How will Tyr react to that? Do you think he will just flatten the city?
I wasn't
Start over?
talking about Gordanski. I thought we were talking on the godly level.
Well, that's what I mean, is we have to.
I think we're putting our carriages in front of our horses. Do you understand? We are still in the planning phases of changing this. We're figuring out how to do this. We're laying out the
to
doing
find
the groundwork.
allies through this.
I know,
The king hates Tyr.
but
So then we've softened him up to the idea. Now, let's show that it might be possible.
yeah, my point is talking about this with him right now isn't gonna change his mind.
Well, maybe not right now,
Exactly.
but it might have opened the door for later.
My point is, we
We're
don't need
planting
to.
seeds.
Oh, okay. My point is, we need to. My point is, we need to do things before we talk about doing them, right? You get what I'm saying?
Oh, on what scale?
We need to learn more, gather information before we start being like, hey, do you want to join our rebellion against the god? Right? In which it's going to encourage this man who's very set in his ways and his family has been set in his ways for generations
You have to remember.
to go against the god.
You have to remember that we are tiny chess pieces. The more interesting we are, the less likely we are to be executed, played, and stretched on the street. If we can provide...
But get too cocky and that'll be our fate anyway.
What I'm
So
saying
we're walking
is,
a balance line for sure.
I say we do things that we know we need to right now, right? And roll with the punches as they come.
I think I agree with Eyes a little bit more on this one. Looking for allyship wherever we can. The conversation with the king wasn't successful now, but it brought the idea to his mind, put it at least in the back of it.
Looking for allies is definitely important, but I think revealing things in smaller steps.
How did I reveal things that he didn't already know?
You did already kind of seem to know everything that we said.
Yeah, but we didn't know that until after.
I didn't say
started
anything
talking.
until he confirmed he already knew it.
We're not mad at you guys. I just we're not trying to chew you out. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is we don't need to spend time getting in heated arguments with the king right now and trying to prove like, no, actually we can kill the gods right now, because we're not going to do that through talk. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think I disagree with you on this one.
You think we're going to convince that man through talk that we can
if
planting
here?
the seeds.
Yeah, if we didn't talk today, then we'd be starting this process when we made the first talk. Now I believe we should do our research during the process of all this, growing our allyship. Let's look at it on a grand scale. First step, survive the arena. Next step, we can tear through changing up power structure here in Gordanski.
That's what I'm trying to say. What I worry is that we are saying things and then we get asked questions like, how do you plan to do this? And then we go, I don't know. And then we look like buffoons, right? We look like fools. That's my concern.
I think we have the plans, it's just a matter of articulating them.
What are the plans?
Heimdall raises his hand.
What are you doing? Okay.
You're very
Right.
quiet.
It's easier to listen. The king said, and I'm assuming this is correct because I heard some traces of it on your minds. He said that the boots, by Tyr's command, was locked up in a place where not even Tyr could access them.
But they're
That
on
was
his
something.
feet.
That was something.
That means the king is lying. The kings have been lying to Tyr for generations and getting away with it.
Precisely.
At least there's that. Something to work with.
Which means that Tyr isn't infallible, and the kings have already doubted
He's always
him.
been a fool.
Look, I wasn't too concerned about Tyr there. When he threatened to kill Yrsa, I knew it was bullshit. If he killed Yrsa there, it would be just going against everything that he was trying to bargain with the king about, right?
Well, you could propaganda one of our deaths into the minds of the people. Be like, oh, what? Gaslight them. There were only 6, not 7. Sorry.
Glad to know I'm replaceable.
You're not replaceable.
I
Don't
know,
talk
that's
like
true.
that.
I
We
think
need
he's
to be-
rash enough to do anything.
We need to be manipulative and...
I'm not very good at that.
But you're charming. And you're confident.
Charming.
Maybe when the person in front of me has a sword, but when they're talking big and planning and stuff, a little out of my league.
Atticus, you just read us off an entirely well thought out plan on how to defeat the dragon in the
Yeah, well, that's like battling. I don't know how to do politics.
Politics
Cows
is a
would just scratch my
battle.
leg.
Politics is battle.
I know Tyr. Tyr thinks fully that you'll die to the dragon. There's not a doubt in his mind, and this blinds him. If you were to win, he would want to kill you himself.
Precisely.
And the king's right. He would have to do it in front of everyone. If you beat the dragon, there's a chance that he could show up to finish the job.
In which case, you would need the boots to be there.
But remember
How
what
would I get
happens
there?
when two gods fight.
Yeah, Gordanski would be leveled. Everyone dead.
I can't be there.
So are you supposed to lose to the dragon?
Losing to the dragon would mean you would
to the
die.
death. Yeah.
I know.
Unless we could trick our way into it.
I don't think so.
I know everything about this city. Once inside that arena, the magic that not only protects the individuals watching from the bloodshed, the spells, the action, from dying themselves, it also prevents anyone from teleporting out of it.
We wouldn't need to teleport, per se.
I was thinking that if Ersa would be able to teleport me and Tyr and the rest of you far away to a place where no one is, we could fight there. With that magic, I've listened to the weaving of it. There's no getting past it.
That would end
There's
up
no what?
with the death of Tyr and Zeus stepping in and still flattening realms. A more tyrannical person taking their place. We need to be more gradual.
I don't want Tyr dead, precisely. I agree. I think he needs to be weakened and we need to get Carthrax back.
So do we get him to a point of weakness and then be like, haha, we can kill you. You're a prisoner now, do what we say. And then send him off again?
He would never do that. He'd rather die.
Do we make him a prisoner of Gordanski?
If you beat him in front of everyone, and you spared him, yeah, this would piss him off. As soon as he got back to full health, he would come back with a vengeance.
I mean,
But it would turn the entire city against him. I've heard everything. The only reason people, especially the rich, is because they think he's everything.
That would get rid of his definitive power.
Right. If people stop worshipping him, doesn't that shrink his power?
The other gods fear him just because of his influence. If he lost that influence, the other gods would turn against him. Maybe they'd even kill him himself.
But would that create a power vacuum and end up gods fighting for what control Tyr had?
It's possible. And
I
trust
mean, at
me,
least it's a
I've
gamble
seen,
instead of a certainty.
I've seen that part of the reason my world was destroyed is because of infighting.
well then maybe we have to be more delicate with it. If we can entrap Tyr politically, make it so the only reason he stays alive and keeps any power at all is by being under Gordanski's thumb, we could have him under our control.
But then people would stop praying to him and he'd become not a very
I'm not talking about the people.
powerful asset.
The people could still pray to him all he wants. As long as the king was in control of Tyr.
That's putting a lot of faith in the king.
Like so much faith in the most awful person.
The king at least is logical, unlike Tyr in many respects.
Lesser of two evils.
That'll at least be a solution until something else comes up.
Until we're able to usurp the king. Until we can get Carthrax back and put the gods out of the picture altogether.
Whoa. That was a statement.
You want to kill all the gods?
No.
You want to take their immortality and watch them die out?
Taking their immortality would get them a little bit angry.
We don't even know what that would
I've
do.
seen what happens when God's powers are threatened and they do not take it well. It always ends up putting the blame on mortals.
So as awesome as that sounds,
I've seen a god's immortality taken only once. It doesn't kill them outright. It doesn't even weaken them. Their power is still there. They can just die off of old age, starvation, sleep deprivation.
It would be the beginning of at least some sort of power balance.
No, that would... I know gods better than anyone else, trust me. It is that exact threat of loss of power that destroyed my world. My father he killed his own children because it thought it could give him more knowledge, more power. And it ended up destroying everything.
So then what do we do instead?
I don't know.
I'm still stuck on how we got from trying to make Gordanski a better place to overthrowing a pantheon.
Yeah.
I don't know where we took that step.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the gods we've met are dickheads, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we've also met some good ones.
I'm not saying we kill those.
You're just saying we pick and choose the gods that we think deserve to be gods.
No,
so we
I
rig
think
the whole
that's-
pantheon.
I think
By that, you may as well just be a god yourself.
Yeah.
I think we eliminate immortality.
We don't know
That's
the
still-
ramifications that would have.
Yeah, threatening that sort
Yeah.
of thing will kill all of us and then some.
That's
can-
what.
That's why
why
I'm trying not to threaten that. You know,
But you're saying you want to do
that
it
that's what you want to do.
with a god sitting here in the room.
he said he wanted to die.
I don't care about my life. I don't feel
Yes.
threatened by laws of immortality. Quite frankly, it would be a relief.
Taking immortality from gods that cling to it is
It's the only
it's just
thing they
more
have.
on a
Let's-
bigger scale.
Yeah, let's say that we somehow pull that off without any of them realize what we're doing until it's done. Immortality gone.
Then we
They
have.
can literally press the reset button on this entire plane. Boom, gone. Every single mortal dead. They can fight amongst themselves until they convince Carthrax to give it back. And then all of a sudden, new races. Maybe they'll model them after the old ones. Maybe they'll create dwarves and humans again. Maybe they'll just start anew.
It's not even.
like
It's not even certain if this Carthrax is even capable of such things. I don't know
It's like-
much, but
It's like taking candy from a baby, except the baby has severe anger management issues and the universe in their hands. Like, it's. Sure.
gods.
Like, you might not want them to have that candy. It might be better for them if they don't have it, but taking it away from them will make them upset.
Don't get me wrong.
And
I
they'll
want,
take it out on anything within their reach.
I want Tyr dead just as much as the next girl, but
I
Yeah.
thought the plan was just reform Gordanski to be a better place and, you know.
And then what?
And then that will weaken
I mean,
Tyr a little bit.
It will weaken
And
Tyr.
then
and
somebody
how?
else.
And then they can
Because
figure it
they
out,
will stop
'cause
praying to Tyr.
Why?
taking power away from them. That's
The
what
whole plan was to show that Tyr is infallible. Is
Infallible.
infallible, yes.
Give power back to people. They will realize that, man, this Tyr dude was kind of being a dick.
And then what will Tyr do to them?
He won't have the power to do anything.
Well, we'll still have godlike powers.
He will.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's
but
when
if he
we'll just-
tries something, then we
But
can.
also the whole thing
The
Stand a
more his
better chance.
PR goes down, the less powerful he is.
Yeah,
with
and
the whole
other-
thing and with the whole thing
Other-
about a lot of the reason the gods are on his side is because they're afraid
Of
of
his
the amount
political
of power he
power.
has.
So
if
if
he
we-
starts tanking,
Worship
they'll keep him in balance as
does
well.
not depend on PR. It depends on the amount of worship. If he threatens to kill
Yes.
everyone in the city if they don't worship him, they're going to worship him still.
That's why we show them that he might not be able to do that.
Yeah,
Might.
I think our goal
Yeah,
is
but
to
is- I
on
think that's better than trying to eliminate the pantheon.
his dip
That's
of
challenge
That's
the
far,
pantheon.
far in the future.
on his
I don't think that's a good idea at any time.
Yeah.
I agree there.
That's really
On his dip of power, I hope we will find an intersection where before he threatens and gets that divination back, other gods will step up and protect the people,
it's a
further
huge gamble.
lowering his
It's a huge
tyrannical
gamble, but
leadership.
everything we're doing is a huge gamble.
He's ruling with an iron fist, and eventually people will fight back.
It's true.
You can't hold power like that forever.
I'm not.
You are the one
Our
that
intentions align.
But you're saying that you want to get rid of the
I
whole
feel like
pantheon,
it's a step,
and
a
that,
few steps too far that we are unprepared for.
we're not there yet for one, and in that regard, our
Then
intentions
You're
don't
the one
align.
that tried to hammer in with us that we're worms and we shouldn't interfere with this.
I said we were worms, but Not that we shouldn't interfere. That's all we can do is interfere.
I'm pretty sure you told us that we shouldn't have gotten into this mess. We shouldn't have interfered.
Yeah.
Many a time.
Look, from my understanding, we're here to weaken Tyr so we can make him a non-threat, pacify Gordanski, restore balance.
That's not how it will work, though.
I think it'll turn out a little better than trying to strip everything
That's
from
not
him
what I'm
once.
trying to do.
You said the goal was to weaken Tyr, get Carthrax, take away their immortality.
That is long term.
And long
And we
term,
just
long
don't
term
agree
for
with that.
us is short term for them.
I think we need to take a step back here.
Yeah.
I think
well,
so too.
That's not what I'm saying.
I,
We're on the same side. We need to stop.
I agree.
We need to stop proving what the other person said, and we need to figure out what we're doing. Okay?
That's
what we're
why
trying to do.
I'm saying we should take a step back and focus on what we can do right now and not mess with things that we are completely out of our depth with.
Well, then let's start talking about that.
I fully
Yes.
agree.
That is what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay, cool.
Okay, then
I'll
then-
start the conversation. Right? Defeat dragon. If Tyr comes down and decides to fist fight, oof,
Yeah, what happens then?
we die.
And everyone.
And then it's not our problem anymore.
I would disagree.
And it won't be my problem anymore. I'll be 6 feet deep.
What
If
can we
Tyr
do then?
if Tyr fought you in the arena, he would have to hold back. He thinks that he can beat you like it's nothing. So why would he even have to try? He wouldn't want to destroy the arena. He named the arena after his wife, after all.
I
She's dead, in case you were wondering.
don't believe that Tyr has the restraint anymore to consider the long-term effects of his actions. He marked us, and that was stupid. He'll be stupid again. And that will be a detriment to everyone who lives on this plane.
That makes him more dangerous.
There's nothing we can do about it at that point. What do you expect us to do?
We can run away and die ourselves and let the tyrannical king live
No,
on.
that is not... There are few things that rival the power the gods have. What do you think Dula will think of the king sacrificing her son?
What?
I don't think that Dula rivals the power of a god.
I'm not saying she would, but if we could work out something with her where we could fake either our deaths, something, so that Tyr thought we were taken care of.
He would know. We would still be marked.
Yes.
Yeah,
That-
he
that-
watches
that-
us.
And
There is no
Heimdall
way.
literally said the magic would look past that sort of thing. We can't fake death in the arena.
Heimdall said magic would keep us from teleporting out of the arena.
Oh.
Yes, but regardless, we would still be marked by Tyr.
Tyr wouldn't be able to teleport in either. He would have to walk there physically. Ersa, you could teleport him away before he got in the arena.
To where?
I don't know. I'm just saying anything that could potentially be used.
Could I
Even
put
a
him-
god couldn't teleport into that arena.
Could I put him in the astral sea?
For how long?
Well,
He may
If
buy
it's-
you some time.
To do what?
Because again,
Use
we
that
are-
time to break out Carthrak.
Weaken him.
Carthrak is his primary asset. He doesn't want to kill her because he thinks that he could probably use her in some way to make his immortality permanent. Use it in some way, or make all the gods, especially the ones that he fears, mortal. And he would be the only one with immortality. So he's not gonna kill her.
So,
we
going
know
off
he's
of that plan,
bad at magic. We could trap him somewhere temporarily.
I guarantee you could get out, but it would buy you some time.
so let's go off of this plan. Fight through the dragons. That'll piss Tyr off. He'll want to walk in and kill us themselves. We teleport him somewhere. In preparation for all this, we have to convince the king to tell us where Cartharax is hidden. Once Tyr is hidden away somewhere for I don't know how long, we go to free Cartharax.
Oh, but he has resistance. You would have to weaken him to a point where he would even be possible to teleport him somewhere. So you would have to fight him regardless.
Fight Tyr for a little bit, run out of the arena to get past the teleportation magic, teleport him somewhere, he'll think he has us on the ropes.
Could we have someone else weaken him for us? Other gods?
I don't know.
That would be willing.
I don't know any gods.
Tyr.
I don't know any gods here. For all I...
Is there a way we could call people
If we get you your boots, would you be able
Certainly
to?
not her, not his dad.
Don't think so.
With
No.
I'm sure this isn't a surprise, but I am not a fan of him.
we have
Me neither.
Not a lot of people are.
we know that the
We try to
boots-
kill each other a lot of times.
We know that the boots are not in a vault hidden away from even Tyr. What if we get you the boots? Would you be able to weaken him enough
Or-
for us
Could you lead him away?
to be like, haha, I have my boots, come kill me, you fat bastard.
If
Run
I-
into the forest, fight for a little bit, obliterate a mountain, hope nobody's living around it, and then you can teleport him.
If you were able to get me the boots,
Could you go to the astral plane? Could you lead him there and lose him there? Not fight him, just get him to tail you.
he's unpredictable, especially now. The Tyr I knew, the Tyr that tortured me initially, feels very different than this one. I don't know what he would do. If you could get me close to him, enough where I could predict what he would do in a situation like that, then I could tell you for sure, but I don't know.
Okay, revision number 3. Into the Colosseum, fight the dragons, piss Tyr off, he'll come in.
But if we fight the dragons, we'll piss the king off and lose that as potential ally.
I thought we were
That's
cutting the
not the vibes
dragons.
I was catching from the king during this last conversation.
Yeah.
He's going to have to sacrifice his beloved dragon. If we could
Yeah.
somehow...
He was the one in the last conversation who said if the dragons died, Gordanski has new, more powerful warriors.
But was he
Like you
just
said,
saying
he's
that to
logical.
Tyr?
He is
knows,
logical
but
at least.
The king is small potatoes compared to Tyr.
I disagree. The king holds much power over Tyr because the king is who controls his city, and the city's power is what controls Tyr.
That's a good point.
Tyr doesn't show himself to the people here. Especially not those on the lower steps. The king is the only face they really look towards. Sure, they pray to Tyr, but they don't know who they're praying to.
We wouldn't be able to communicate with the dragon though, without Tyr knowing.
But we could talk to the king. And he could talk to his dragon.
How do you suppose we win the king over to get his dragon to fake our deaths in the arena?
In this case, I think it would be faking the dragon's death, so Tyr would come in to finish the job, which would lead us into the Heimdall trap. Heimdall trap. So, okay, get boots, talk to King to fake the dragon's death, causing Tyr to walk into the Heimdall's trap of
You
getting
running?
Tyr to chase Heimdall, which then opens the opportunity to get to Cartharax to free her.
That's a risk. I don't even know if I can beat him.
I don't need you to beat him. I
I
just need you
know.
to run faster than him.
It would be more reliable if we could teleport him out like that, rather than him chasing me. There
then
is one
how-
person inside this city that could potentially have a workaround for the lack of teleportation, but he's loyal to the city. He's the most loyal person I've ever heard.
Well, then let's convince the king, and the king can ask him if he's loyal to the city and not to you.
You may be able to convince him.
I mean, I've been trying to talk with him for a little bit.
Who are we talking about?
Elveron.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, revision number 5.
So
Because there's some complicated history there, no?
If we can convince Elveron to help us for the ultimate betterment of the city and his loyalty to the king.
He was the one that set up the magic that prevents teleportation in the first place. I'm sure there's a way that he could deactivate it.
So that we could teleport Tyr away?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah.
Absolutely?
It would take you convincing a man who's
loyal to the king?
Very much so.
And potentially wants to kill Ersa.
That
is, you know, it's like a scale, and we see which one is more important to him, loyalty to the king and killing Ersa.
Do you think that if you set up a plan to fake the dragon's death, that will be enough to convince him to let this sort of plan go off? Do you think you can convince the king of that? Because if you can convince the king of that, I can convince Elveron to weaken the teleportations, hopefully, to teleport Tyr out, giving us the opportunity to free Carthrax.
He would still have to fight Tyr no matter what.
But eventually teleport him out.
He would have to survive long enough, but yeah.
Would the people be safe? In the arena?
The magic
so there's magic blocking.
The magic that blocks physical and magical. Think of it as a sphere around the arena itself, blocking anything from leaving it and going into the stands.
Right, so we would fake the dragon fight, and then actually fight Tyr for a little bit, and then teleport him away.
You would have to survive that long, but yeah. It's possible.
Or we spend a week trying to set up this plan. It doesn't work. We get electrocuted and nothing happens.
Either way.
Or, hear me out. We go in there, we kill the fucking dragons.
And then what?
That's what I'm getting to. We go in there, we kill the fucking dragons, we try this Elveron thing, we get him to let us use the teleportation magic. I think that's much more likely than convincing the king to get us.
We won't be able to convince Elveron unless we convince the king. Because Elveron is loyal to the king.
To the king.
But he's also loyal to you. I've heard what he's done for your son. He's kept him safe. He's made sure he has money. He visits him every day. He's still got a lot of loyalty to you. But I don't know if that's enough to persuade him to go against his loyalties to the king.
And can we survive 2 dragons and then Tyr?
If we kill the first dragon, I have a feeling that I'll be a greater assistant with the second.
Do you just want to kill the dragon?
Yes, she does.
Should we bet on that though?
But she's not being forced to.
She's
willing to decide.
I'm not. I'd like to power up my bow, but also, if that is a surefire way that this is the worst way to do things, then obviously no. I don't just want to kill the dragons.
Grey dragon. Eat him. Get him.
Sorry, continue.
Okay, so we're agreed on a couple of things. Elveron needs to disable teleportation.
Enable it. Can use to make sure that we can teleport.
Disable the blockers to enable
okay.
teleportation. We agree that we need to fight Tyr for a little bit, and we agree that Tyr will then be teleported and trapped. What we don't agree on is whether we should kill the dragons or try to set something up with the king to Fake that. Now let's discuss that.
I think what we should do is we should talk with the king and try to set that up. Because I don't know if we can survive 2 dragon fights and then Tyr.
Either do I.
You might be able to, Gwen, but the rest of us will be dead. And
Do what you want.
Well, that's not what we're saying. We're discussing. So
Every idea I've put forward has been shot down. So
no, it hasn't been shut down yet.
let's just try with the king.
Let's.
The outcome will be the same, even if we try with the king. If it fails, we'll have to fight both dragons anyways.
Or the king. Here's a fundamental flaw with this plan that I'm seeing already.
Yeah, if we fail
We talk to the king about this at all, and it's not in this fucking room. Tyr knows we're gonna try and teleport him away.
The king.
He knows.
Not in the king's
has
quarters.
passions in the quarters.
So and
I don't know if I would trust that.
That too.
Then we do
Plus-
private sanctum.
We don't know
Anything.
that the king wouldn't instantly
Private
just be
sanctum
like,
doesn't
you know
work.
what, I'm just
Then
gonna
we
kill you
invite
now.
the king to the brothels.
Yes, he won't.
He's not gonna do that.
I think you underestimate his loyalty to Tyr.
yeah, I think where Gwyn is coming from is if
He's
we
gonna fucking
fail,
tell.
If we fail, it could put everything else in risk. So the question is, do we risk it to make the fight easier? Or do we play it safe, have a couple of a hell of a fights? Both would suck. If we fail to convince the king, we are doomed.
And if we don't fail, I think we are still doomed.
We are walking up a very steep hill, but our I think our chances might be a little tiny bit better. What is your confidence level in being able to convince the king? If you think you can do it, I will support you. If you have any hesitation at all, I think we should go with Gwyn's idea and just fight through the dragons because it could put everything else in jeopardy.
Because it's true that if there's any chance that it doesn't work, that's sealing.
It's sealing our fate. We're dead.
Yeah, that's immediately putting a stamp on it.
Guaranteed.
So it might help, but is it worth the risk?
Is it worth the risk?
Big
Exactly.
fucking gamble.
Mm-hmm. It's a big gamble.
Give me just a moment, and I will cast divination, and I'll take these small pieces of amber and bits of animal bones, and I will toss them on the ground, and then take Ursa's face and put them in front of him so I can read them. And I will ask, is convincing the king worth the risk?
I need you to roll d20. I'm gonna be very nice to you.
What do you mean you're gonna be very nice to
As in, like, the DC isn't gonna be that hard to beat. But just, I need to know how I need to phrase this depending on the roll.
Dude,
Add your proficiency in your divination.
I'm gonna use my divination die to not roll a 2.
is going to literally tell us what we're
It's okay, I can cast it again.
Well, will you? Never mind. I won't.
What is my Arcana?
Yeah,
What's 14 plus 13? 27.
that's good. It's a solid no. You can't trust the king.
So let's fight these fucking dragons then.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, I'm so glad you did
Oh
that.
my gosh.
You
That's
even
what-
see
that's what
you
I
even
was
see a glimpse that when the king when the king said that this is a nice private place to speak, you think that wasn't even a truth.
Nice.
You thought the king. You thought there was a chance that
You saw
king
through
would help us
divination.
at all ever.
He is way more deft than you
Well,
anticipate.
I figured.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, and I
I
can't
don't
even pick
trust
him up.
him either.
Okay.
Alright.
So it's a matter of
Well then, how the hell do we kill 2 dragons and then fight here?
Well,
I'm gonna need you here because I never run out of spell slots.
I can't be of help.
What's a spell slot?
what will they need time to clean up the arena in between dragon fights? Because if they have an hour, if they need an hour
It'll be back to back.
back to back, crap. Because I was about to say, if we had an hour, I could slip you a sleeping
Trust me,
pill.
I've heard hundreds of these arena fights. They're always back to back.
Huh.
how
Okay.
old is the first dragon we'll be fighting?
160.
160. How old is that for dragons?
How old is that for dragons?
You would know.
That would put him.
So, do we have the ethics of killing a baby dragon, a young dragon?
A young
The
baby.
ethics are we're saving the world.
Fuck them kids.
I want to kill a baby dragon!
Yeah, it's 160 though, so it's a
Lore
lot
says
smarter than all
They
of us.
become an adult they become an adult at around that age. So it's barely an adult.
But I still don't want to kill.
It's like a young adult.
If
I don't think we have a
were
choice.
genocidal, would you kill me right now? I can be 20 years old and genocidal.
Okay, look, it sounds like
Actually, I would not kill you even if you became the worst person in the world. I could not do
Okay.
that emotionally.
let's talk about this above the table for
I
a
could do
second,
it.
please. Because
Ashley's
it
like,
sounds
"That's a
like you
weakness
just
on your end."
really don't want to kill the dragons at all.
No. That was not what I was doing. I was like, I think maybe we can make a deal with the king and get the king on our side and then
But
betray the king.
no shot.
That's off the table
That's
now.
off the table now that I've rolled a divination.
So
So we
what's the
spent
game
like
for
an
next
hour
part?
arguing about it when it was solved with the divination.
What if I single-handedly kill the first dragon so everybody can keep
No.
their spell slots and then
I need to look.
well you
Use
do
all the charges.
Yeah.
So,
Bo has something very important to say.
oh
Well, what do you want to say?
Just use all the charges.
wait.
Alright,
First you, then me.
look. My point is, conserve everything you can. I will do my best. Attic, you draw attention from the first dragon. I will do as much damage as I can. All I need you guys to do is you don't need to go all out. You don't need to try and kill it as fast as you can. We kill that first dragon and stay at even 80%. I'm confident. I'm confident.
Dragon.
But this right here is made to kill them.
I think maybe you need to talk to your guy that lives in there for more information.
I have.
I think you need to talk to
You guys
him.
need to talk to the guy who was great.
I think you need to talk to him and just say, hey, will this let me kill an ancient blue dragon in one shot? Or like, what are we
I'm
talking
not saying
here?
it's gonna take one shot. It's gonna be a tough fucking fight. But
I just...
So I wouldn't be able to make any potions. But so we would have to get rid of so for the ancient dragon, pinning it down right, we had the immovable rod thing and me being big and buff. But we might have to what potions do I have on hand?
Can't we just buy those? Can we buy them?
We can't.
We can get Lenny's. Can we get Lenny?
Do we have
We can take advantage of your dad.
do you want to drop 25,000 gold?
No.
That's for
Lenny.
2 potions.
I want Lenny to get them us for free.
Let's see, what do I have? I have a reduced potion, not helpful. I do have a cloud giant strength though, but I would need to be bigger to be able to grapple it.
Alright, so we get
So if I
one
spend
more.
a day to make an enlarged potion, I would be going in blind. Taking those 2 powerful potions might kill me outright and screw us over anyway.
look,
But
I have a plan.
No. But listen to me. I can help your plan. If I spend the rest of the time Shold throwing me a bunch of guards to practice for the fight, I can supercharge my axe and weaken the hell out of it in
We're just
one
gonna kill a
blow.
bunch of guards? Alright.
Not kill.
Oh, okay, alright. I didn't know
That's
if
not how the enchantment is set
I
up.
can't remember how the enchantment works. There's a lot going on.
I
It has
can
to
knock
die.
them.
they have to die.
Well, it's either reduce it by half or bring them below 0. That's what you said.
That's how it's phrased, and that's how it's phrased.
That's what you said. So if I do
hella ass.
Yeah, I need to beat hella ass to supercharge my axe to be able to weaken the hell out of it in pretty much one blow, and then you come in to finish it.
Alright, Atticus beating hella ass compilation.
Good luck with that, sir. I wish you the best.
T, could you get me 9 more black salt arrows in a week?
Yeah.
Along with the adamantium chase?
Teak is just John Wick. Yeah.
Okay,
Will that use all of our black salt though?
but look,
2.5 million
you
worth
barely
of black
know a little
salt.
further
Alright,
down.
alright.
So
We're good.
look, that would put me at 12
I feel like
arrows.
that's pretty good.
That would give me
We're good.
6 to spend on each dragon. I bet I could use 3 of them on the first. It would make the first one go way easier. We get the bow powered up. I have an even better chance at getting those arrows to do massive damage on the ancient dragon.
Wait, maybe-
Once those arrows are in, Ersa opens up the portal, you pop the cloud giant strength, and you punch it right in the heart and rip it out. Done.
But I think it'll take a little bit more time than that.
Yeah, but that's the plan.
Well,
Well,
is this the first dragon or the second dragon?
With the second dragon, we do the heart. The first one we kill people's passion.
and we can't fully rely on just you and your arrows. I need to be able to do damage too, so
No.
we need to be able to ground it.
No, my point is that these arrows will allow you to amp your damage.
I don't want to outright kill it though. I want that to leave that to you. I
No,
cannot choose.
I only need to kill the first dragon.
So you kill the first dragon, I save my charges for the second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Unless things start to go wrong, then Atticus should use his charges.
Also,
We're good at
another-
improvising during combat.
Also, another thing is, will the mama dragon be okay with us killing her son?
Oh, absolutely not.
She won't.
So,
It-
will we be able to convince her to...
No, we're done
That
convincing.
has
That's
been
out
thrown
the
out.
window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
No,
Connor
we are
said
killing
that
this
was not working.
You're right. Okay.
God said no. Don't try
So much
that.
information I'm not following either. Don't worry about that.
Thank you.
I have 7 days. I need 1 for the enlarged potion.
7 days.
11 days.
1, 2 for talking to Elveron. And then the rest I just train up with guards, knock a bunch of guards out to try to supercharge my axe in preparation for the fight. Is that what I need to do?
Well, we can maybe help you convince Elveron.
I say we keep Ersa far away.
I don't know about that.
I don't think it could hurt.
No, well, what do you
Put it
mean by
off,
help?
Right?
Because your diplomatic skills will only, I mean, no offense to you, won't work and will probably make the situation worse. The way you manipulate. I must be honest with him. Friend to friends. That's the only way
I've
I'd
been
be
in
able to
this
do it.
city for 1,000 years. I've listened to every single conversation that has ever happened. I was there listening to when Elveron's wife cheated on him.
Pervert.
Not like that. I'm saying the fallout, everything I heard. I've heard him fall into the pit that he's in now and get stronger all the way through it.
Do you know if he dreams about her? So,
I don't know that. If you could get me to him through a portal or something, maybe, but I don't know if he'd be capable of killing you. Well, sure, he could do it physically easily, but you know what I mean.
that's the hope.
I know he loves her still, very much. He's just taken a lot of the anger towards his friend to a lot of other people in the city.
Hey guys, I have an idea. You know those divination die? Or the divination thing you did to figure out that the dragons were a good idea? Maybe do that.
dice.
Yeah, maybe do that for Elveron.
Well, here's the thing about that spell is it works weirdly. Even for the most experienced of wizards with divination, fate is just a bitch.
I know, I killed her.
We do not.
We
do not need to turn that into a running joke.
While you guys are discussing this, I also know how to help the situation. I'm going to go.
What? What? Huh?
Great.
No. Where are you going?
Fun.
To an old friend, also friend of Elveron's.
Okay. Don't go to Everon yet.
Oh, I know. Not yet.
All right. I trust you. Don't do anything
I'm gonna
stupid. Oh, okay.
I know where you're going.
I need to know where Bevan is.
I think that your face could make you feel guilty enough to help us, maybe.
You use the divination to try and get just a little bit of insight on it. I know it's not consistent, but why
it's
not
not
try?
consistent, and also it has a chance of being wrong when I use it more than once a day, and it will give us a wrong answer. So it is not very, it's not very, I don't want to get the wrong answer.
So do it tomorrow.
Alright. You know, I really
Don't like it when I have a good point.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
You too.
You can get on my ass about having a good, having a good point.
Oh, I just saying. I'm saying. Well, you might as well do it tomorrow. There's no point in not at least trying. If it could tell us to dodge something, then why not? Why not at least see?
You two are a lot of fun.
No.
They're so fun at parties. It's great.
You know what?
was that
We
one
are
time.
fun at parties,
There was
right?
that one time, the one time that you both got drunk in a bar and did a duet together.
You and I can have fun at a party.
I'm
There
upset
was-
you think I can't have fun at parties.
There was the
You
one
drank the
time,
whole
like
time.
early campaign, that you guys both got drunk and did
You
a
know-
shitty duet at the bar.
That was
and that was the one good moment.
You know, let's all get drunk tonight. I'm feeling it.
No.
I'm feeling it. We get drunk. I'll sing another shitty duet if you drink with me. And, you know, I'll prove I'm offended, frankly, because I was a big hit on the ship from my home to Ickvale, alright? Big hit.
I'm sure the parties were wild on the slavery boat.
It wasn't a slaver's boat, it was... It was not a slaver's boat.
so confused.
Come on.
It was not a slaver's boat. Be clear.
Experiment boat?
What the hell? No.
Did he like take you from away and
This
kidnap
was
you?
this is me going back.
Oh,
I am on a
I thought you meant when you were
container.
kidnapped.
We were
Okay.
shipping ale. They were shipping ale back and forth between, you know, the Ire Isles and Ickvale, and
No, I get that. I thought you meant like when you first got captured.
no.
Okay.
She was basically born into it.
Okay.
Can you shut the hell up? It's not your place to go airing out people's dirty laundry, all right?
I mean, mine was done forcefully, so.
And
That
I'm
doesn't mean
sorry.
that
It doesn't
should
mean
be
that it's
done.
okay.
Sometimes I can't help myself.
Try helping
See, that's
yourself.
why I don't like you.
Odie is just summoning Cheetos to eat.
Honestly, yeah.
Chris.
Odie's just
But
in the corner.
nevertheless,
Leak that out in editing.
the Fair Maiden was a respectable ship that carried ale back and forth between the Higher Isles and Ickvale and all across the southern border. So
Why is this important?
I was a hit on that ship. I could play.
She was making a
Instruments.
point.
I was fun at parties.
I'm
fun at
glad that
parties.
during the end of the world we're still defending our honor. This is
Listen,
good.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I will sit out.
You want me to air out more of your dirty laundry?
No.
I will sit out for tonight because I don't think
I'm not going to be drinking tonight.
I don't think I'll try and drink. I don't think I'll try and make myself fermented blood in a public brothel.
You don't have to make fermented blood. You just have to drink someone's blood who has drank.
Oh, so we're gonna
So
have
I'm gonna
attic
take
drink?
I'm just gonna take someone that bag and
I can drink. We can drain some of my blood. You can have some of that, and then we can all sing a shitty duet together. And it'll be team building for our inevitable
That would be a
deaths.
choral piece, not a duet.
Heimdall stands up and he goes, I think I'd like some distance between your voices now. And he steps out.
Bitch.
Look. My point is, you'll do the divination thing tomorrow for
Yes.
Erza?
Yes.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm not just gonna risk her. Look, it doesn't work all the time, and usually the answers aren't clear like that one. Usually they're like, oh, it depends on whether or not you blink twice in a certain moment. And
I
I'm
get it's
like,
not a
shut the hell up, God.
I get it's not the catch-all, but it might help.
I'll cast it. And I will cast it if you get drunk with me tonight.
No.
By the way, it's still like morning.
Yeah.
Is it still morning? I feel like it's
Yes.
afternoon by now.
No, it's like
I'm gonna
morning.
use
I
the
feel like days have
bathroom.
passed.
Yeah. It's morning.
I need more water.
Okay, where were we? Let's.
I go to bed then.
Okay. Beppin first.
Beppin first.
How do you know where to find him?
No idea. I asked Saloon. Saloon, point me in direction of Beppin.
She goes, first of all, I don't know what accent you're trying on, but it does not suit you. Second, I got no clue who this Beppin guy is.
You said Beppin was praying to you.
Well, I don't know where he lives, though. I know who he is, but I just don't, I don't spy on people.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to? I can spy on him.
Can you
But
ask
what if
him?
he's going to the bathroom or something? I don't want to see that.
Can you ask him where he is? Just, ooh, omnipotent being, where are you?
Yeah, but I've never done that to him. But do you know how terrifying that can be?
That would be terrifying. All right, never mind. I go to a guard or like a public information, like where people's Is there a phone book?
You go up to a couple guards. They immediately show you with respect since you're a dwarf, and especially because they know who you are. They go, how can we help you, sir?
I need to find someone. Can you point me in the direction of where people's names and addresses are registered?
Sure. Who is this individual?
I forget his last name. Beppin? Somebody?
I like how you forget your best friend's last name.
I think
What's Beppin's last name?
You would know his last name. It's in my notes somewhere. I'm not going to get it.
I
That would take
say
too long.
his first and last name.
You see one of them pulls out a sending stone and goes, Can we get a location report on a Beppin?
Over.
You hear
Beppin, down to the office, please.
you hear coming from the sending stone.
What?
I'm gonna kill you.
You were gonna do that anyway.
Yeah. You hear, you think this Beppin individual is on the lowest step. Kind of shouts out some address, and the guard's like, got that?
I think I can manage.
Just so you know, I don't know if that is a very poor area. Just be wary, there's a lot of pickpockets.
Okay.
You kind of get all the way down to the lowest step. you start parsing through the area where Beppin is supposedly located. The streets here are a lot grimier. I would display something on TV, but I don't have it on hand. A lot grimier. It's darker, not as well lit. Significantly poorer area than what you've been living in so far. You kind of get to this location that is kind of like a joint home. It's almost like a townhouse. Like a lot of different people live there, very, very small rooms. Kind of knock on the door. You hear a voice coming from the inside. 1 minute.
I get ready for as soon as he opens the door, I'm gonna tackle him.
Okay.
That's smart. That'll not lead to anything wrong.
Door opens.
Not even realizes it's me.
Yeah. You slam him down onto the ground, not expecting it all. He immediately thinks you're an attacker trying to like steal your money.
What's up, man? I get up and help him up.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, buddy.
You know we are in a war, right? And it's not a good idea to do that to someone that's in a war.
You'll survive. I was there too.
How are you?
Good. Let's go get food.
Oh, I'm not hungry.
Okay. I'm already standing inside. May I come in?
You're already in. Yes, you can come in. You could have told me you were coming by. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
He goes,
Life's stressful. It's okay. But
life.
I came here to check in on you. A mutual friend is worried about you, and I actually take down my cloak and show Saloon's symbol.
What's that?
Did we leave our cat out there? Because I just heard a concerning crash from the kitchen.
He goes, sorry, I don't, what is that? Oh! Sorry, I've had a couple drinks today. What time is it?
9:30, 10.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, this has become a pattern.
That might be why I'm here.
Why are you here?
To help you.
Oh, I don't need help. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Throws up onto the ground.
Okay. Let's go get you some water.
What?
Some water?
Oh, yeah, okay. Where's that?
Where do you normally get the water that you know?
I don't
bathe,
know.
drink?
Places.
Okay.
Is Batman kind of smelly?
Oh, very. His little dwarf self. He's definitely older than you last saw him. Still significantly younger than you. His eyes do kind of wander. He looks very kind of out of it and drunk.
Yes, water. This way, follow me.
Falls down the stairs leading out.
I'm fine. Happens all the time. Really, it's good.
Steps out onto the street.
Okay, you said there was water here?
Where do you normally go to, get drinking water and or bathe?
We can go to the bar.
No.
There's bound to be water there.
Maybe. But, oh boy. How close are we to like a gate? to the outside of the city?
Good couple miles.
Okay, never mind on that. Do you know of a bathhouse nearby?
I think.
Can you lead the way?
Sure, I've never gone inside myself.
Okay, well, we're gonna go there today.
Okay.
Hurry, take
He
care
just
of that.
stands there. He doesn't move. But he like thinks he is. He is zooted. Zonked even.
Okay, Ow. Do I think I know where to find just like a bucket of water?
Yeah, you kind of like turn the corner a little bit,
So like a
kind
little
of find
spigot?
a little spigot. You
Okay,
kind of grab some. Oh, it's what you found water.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, why would you do that?
You stink.
You stink. Oh, I smelled it. You tackled me. Or was that me?
I don't know, Beppin.
Why are you here?
I'm worried about you.
Oh, you've got nothing to worry about. I'm living my best life.
I know
having
that
his
is a
hot
lie.
summer.
As I'm talking to him, can I try pickpocketing him?
Oh, easy. You just reach
I don't
in
even
his-
need to roll.
Yeah, no, he's out of it.
You want to know how I know that you've seen better days?
Sure.
Pull out what I just pickpocketed off of him.
Hey.
You've lost your touch, man. It's maybe time to hang up the bottle.
Hey, that's my bag. How'd you...
See, normally you do this to me. You're the one that's better at sleight of hand. What happened?
Look, I've hit a couple rough patches, but I'm soon to get over the hill.
Well, I'm here to help you get over the hill.
When was last time I saw you?
A couple of years ago, I think.
My sister had baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Ooh. You can tell, like, there's more to that story, but he's, like, completely just in thought about it and not really saying much.
What's going on with that?
Oh, he's great.
What's really going on with that?
No big deal. Sister dead. The boy's still alive though.
Where is he?
Oh, he can't be with me because obviously he's at orphanage. He turns 3 soon, I think. You seen Elveron?
No, I'm going to see him
He's
later.
so high ranking. Play cards with him sometimes. He gave me money, but I like this place. So.
What do you like about this place?
It's loud.
Well, I hate to just waltz into your life after a couple of years of being out and about doing my own thing and making some radical changes, but I don't think you should drink anymore. It's hard to see you like this.
It was hard to see you like this at one point.
I know, and
you're fine.
now that I'm off, I want to get you there.
And he passes out.
Okay. I pick him up. I bring him back to his house.
As you're kind of dragging him off to the house, out of nowhere, Elveron. But he rolls up his sleeves. You see all of the tattoos, all of them kind of cresting over his fingers. And he goes, I've had to do this a lot of times. You see he kind of casts a lesser restoration onto Bepin.
He's not special. I can do that too.
He'll probably be out for a few minutes, which is probably good.
I don't like seeing him like this.
No, me neither. He's been like this for a while. I've tried to get him help. I've tried to offer anything I can, but nothing works. His sister died in childbirth a couple years ago.
You're just telling me about that.
And I think it kind of put him back into a state, like a combat mode. So he didn't feel fit to raise his sister's son, so he sent him to the orphanage, and I think that is the biggest amount of guilt he's ever had. He wants to be able to raise the boy, but at least not right now, he can't.
Maybe we can talk some sense into him, make a plan.
I've tried. He's just... I don't know what to do at this point. How have you been?
Like I said, busy.
Yeah. Since I last saw you, you have a new addition to your appearance. How did that happen?
I guess I looked for something good in my adventures, and I found something to, I don't know, that restored my faith in a couple of things.
In Tyr? I'm not talking about your other tattoos. I have personally never seen anyone with that in person. Didn't even think it still happened.
Well,
How did you win his favor? Atticus, what is going on?
Okay. Do you want to do me a favor and the three of us maybe go to like a neighboring city real quick? Will that be okay?
Easy enough.
Before you can even blink, you are whisked away to a small fishing village. You're on a dock pier, sitting around a table which he's probably frequented.
If you were asking this because you didn't want to be heard, this place is secure.
Yeah,
Are you in danger?
I'm in danger of a lot of things.
Let me help you. What is going on?
Oh boy. Well, everybody in my group is going to be extremely mad at me for talking to you without their approval, but I trust you will at least listen, and I hope to make sense. In my adventures, walking around, I've learned a few things. One, having people in your corner is very important. That's one of the reasons why I came back. I was told Bepin was having a hard time. I still know very little about your situation, but I have ideas now, and I'd be willing to help you as well. I mean,
How so?
I know you were betrayed by someone.
Where'd you hear that?
Whispers on the wind. Hard to say. But, you know, the couple things that I learned is...
I should have been honest with you from that. It was just a hard point in my life, and then time went on, and it just never happened.
I don't blame you. You were betrayed from my knowledge of someone you knew very well, to the equivalent of me. Pretty much. And I know you trust me very dearly, love me very dearly. And so I'm sure it was hard to share something like that, but if you are willing to talk about it, I'd be more than happy to listen and lend help and love to you as well. But anyway, back to the story. Something else that I kind of learned is how do I put this? People can live better, deserve better. There's a lot of bad in the world, and I want to do my best to help as many people as possible. Now you'll actually see, so like the tear marker's on the back of my hand, right? I'd like to imagine if there was, like within everybody's own body, if there is some sort of arcane immune system. I feel like Atticus's arcane immune system would almost be attacking the tear mark.
Okay.
Maybe it's blistery, rough, versus Saloon's mark is a lot cleaner of a tattoo. Would you believe me if I told you Tyr is playing with me?
I have never met him myself, so it would be difficult to say.
He's messing with me. He was brash when he gave me the mark, and now he intends to kill me.
Why would he do that?
Honestly, I don't know. I've learned because I have the endorsement of a couple of deities. Believe it or not.
Why? But you have his mark. That means you're in his favor.
No. I simply thought up the idea that the treatment of people in the city was not good. And he came along, nearly killed the father of one of my friends, and branded us and said, "Let's see what you will do."
This doesn't seem right. He is just. He is just that.
War and justice.
Why would he do that?
I think his form of justice has become twisted with power. That is my own opinion, though.
So why are you telling me this?
Well, it's a huge risk. But I mean, knowing you will die for the causes you believe in without fault, as or without issue. And telling you this is probably, I don't know, maybe even made you mad at me in some ways. But I feel like I've been betrayed by Tyr.
What kind of help are you wanting from me?
I wanted to help you first. Before I asked anything of you, I wanted to help Evan. And you, before I asked anything. It would be unfair otherwise. I ran away for years, refused help, drank, and then come back and ask for help.
You are grieving. That is... I went through the same thing. I just expressed it differently.
How so?
Atticus, we have not... We will always be brothers, but you do not know me. Not really. I'm not the same. No, not at all. Atticus, just last week, I actively participated in the destruction of an entire city. I don't know what you're wanting me to say, but yes, I am committed to my cause. And I'm just the kind of awful person that is needed in such acts.
Do you believe that these actions will bring about a brighter future? Because if...
I don't know what I believe, but I know that when I was at my lowest, this city gave me the chance to get back on my feet, and I took it, and I've been taking it ever since, and I owe it my life.
The city?
Yes.
Well, then let's help the city.
I've stopped wars. I've overthrown governments. I've killed more people than I can count. All in the protection of my city, and I know it is paid off. I know what Witherspire would have done, would have hurt Gordanski. And so I put a stop to it.
And I don't blame you. I just think that Gordanski is in danger.
From what?
The people that rule it.
How so?
Well, you see the systematic torture and killing of those who look at me wrong. That doesn't seem just. King put out something that said if you look at the marked ones wrong, your hands will be cut off. That doesn't seem very fair, very just. I want to bring
Maybe it is harsh, but it is justice. I have to believe that that is justice.
Well, I just think a different thing could be justice, one that doesn't involve blood. Blood is all we've ever known, and I don't want to see it anymore. I know an old version of you didn't want to see it. I mean, think back. We have a shared memory of that commanding officer telling us that we're just, as soon as we bandage him up, send him on his way. As soon as he healed, he would turn back around and chase us with a sword. We could have saved that boy, you and I.
And what's to say that that boy wouldn't have grown up and gone off and started the rebellion against us? A rebellion that would get Gordanskins killed.
What's not to say that he would see the just and kindness of the Gordanski soldiers and battle against that very thing? We cannot show justice before the crime has been dealt. This is genocide without cause. Maybe in future preparation, but that future can be changed without blood.
You can tell from looking at him that all of what you're saying is weighing very, very heavily.
He understands what his actions have done. But you can just tell that there's still a little disconnect. And this is the one thing that he's been able to focus his life on after his life was ruined. It's the only thing that's given him a purpose.
Is to create a brighter future for Gordanski. Or, you know what? Can I say a little prayer inside my mind for Saloon's foresight and divination?
Sure. What are you asking specifically?
What would, I don't know, help convince him?
You have a kid. She's not really your kid, but she's your wife's kid.
Honestly, yeah.
You're
Saloon
not
would
my dad.
Saloon would say
You're not my
he needs to connect that the very people he's oppressing is also like the person that is what his wife left behind, basically. That it's destroying his wife's lineage. Memory.
Oh boy. I quite literally might be killed by the group that I'm running with for saying this, but
You think we would never kill Atticus?
the people that you
Probably we couldn't.
are oppressing are I forgot how Saloon phrased it.
Your wife's lineage.
Is your wife's memory.
How is what I'm doing harming that?
Well, see, you have.
She was pregnant.
No, your wife's daughter. Your wife's daughter.
How did you know that? Now that is something that I have not told anyone.
Your wife's daughter.
I have recently found out that I have been traveling with your wife's born and alive daughter and protecting her. In hopes that you will be able to love at least part of your wife again after she betrayed you. Don't... I want to create something better for her.
And how by... You say her? How long have you known this?
Just until recently, honestly, and I've been...
What is her name?
Her name is Ersa.
There's also her brother. Or it's adopted. Is it adopted?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's a twin.
Just want to make sure. That's what I thought, but I want to make sure.
I'm sorry I didn't...
She died. She was gone.
You had
The
trouble.
The best friend that betrayed you. One of his final acts was to teleport them away. I think it comes to her in broken visions of the past. I'm scared to tell you because I want her to live. I want...
Is she like me? Is...
A little bit younger to it, but I think so. Source is magic. The source of magic is different, though.
I always knew that the spell he cast did this to me, but I thought it was just me. Where is she now?
Glad you asked.
I need to ask you something first. My bond with you is steadfast and strong, but my bond to her is ever growing. I want to see the best for both of you. Are you planning violence?
I do not wish someone harm that was just born. There is no crime. There is no sin in that.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Does she look like my wife?
I think so, a little bit.
Atticus, I killed 40 people just last week. And I was complicit in the death of 100,000 more. What makes you think that any action I do now, knowing this, would ever make me worthy of my wife's memory?
I can ask you the exact same thing about me. Both of our hands are stained with the crimes that we were commanded to do. I have...
You are teleported to the peaks of Winterspire. You overlook a city still burning, still sparking. All the buildings are demolished, incinerated completely. You look down, and even from this distance, you see burnt corpses, young and old, underneath rubble. I did this. I am the very enemy that I believe you are trying to fight. So my wife somehow had a child. And I am glad that she lives on. But that person that I used to be is dead. I am gone. This is what I do now. This is all I am. I have nothing to offer you but destruction.
I don't see it that way. You were reborn as a killer.
Yeah.
I was reborn as a killer of innocence.
Atticus, this is different.
Maybe my path to redemption lies in helping the common folk. I mean, maybe this is different scales, but you can still start to make up for it. Be reborn again into someone who's willing to change. I know you can.
It's not a matter of if I can. It's a matter of, is this a thing that should happen? Look.
No, it shouldn't happen, so don't do
No,
it again.
no. Should I become this hero like you are? Have this redemption, be forgiven? From this, it still burns.
The world will always see us as heroes. They won't see what we did in the past. I will never consider myself a hero. And if it helps you, brother, I won't ever see you as a hero either. But I still want to see you do good. I know you can still do good, even if it never makes up for what we've done. So you're just going to say, you know what, I've already done all this bad, why not do a little bit more? No, say, I know I've done all this bad, let me do a little bit of good. Maybe history will see us as the heroes and we'll get these titles that we don't deserve. But at least we will die knowing that at least we helped rebalance our scales a little bit between the bad and the good.
I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check.
Using inspiration in advance.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna use commanding presence to add to my modifier as well.
Yeah. Right here, so shit. Just go back.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
First one's 18.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one's 25.
Wrong.
He goes, where is she? I want to see her.
She is in a brothel on the upper steps, but before you teleport us there, because I know you can do that immediately,
Just imagining.
don't just teleport there.
You think that's fun, right?
You must understand the visions that she's seen of you as someone who's not good. I mean, through our travels, I have
Visions?
certain. That's why I know what I know. What she gets broken visions of what has happened, and what she's seen you as isn't the greatest. So don't.
She grew up on the beach. I thought they were dreams. Of perhaps a more idyllic future.
That was Ersa's upbringing, from what I know.
And she saw this. I saw that, and she saw this.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you.
She is going to hate me.
I have.
Wait. If this dream, there are other dreams, painful ones.
Well,
she's not alone.
I believe they were twins. I think you saw her brother Ephraim, who was abandoned in Kosai, grew up to be an assassin.
I would like to see her.
Okay, but let me introduce so one of my compatriots doesn't try to immediately kill you.
You're teleported to the front of the brothel.
I think that maybe if I can put
I poke my head in. Are you guys all in kind of that private basement room?
I think so.
I think so.
Poke my head in.
Conversation for like 3 hours.
I don't want you to feel bad about it.
Hey guys.
Do you walk in?
Yeah. Can everyone except for Ersa leave real quick? Just into the main room of the brothel.
Why?
This is something you'll just have to trust me on.
I will stand up and I will leave.
Okay. As soon as everyone's leaved, leaved. I'm stressed, okay? I walk back up to the front of Elveron. There's a room kind of in to the right, a private room.
Oh my gosh. She doesn't want to be alone with me.
I will be there too.
It's good.
You realize I'll be able to hear this.
It's fine.
You'll be able to see it.
It's fine. Oh, I'll be able to see it. You're right.
This hardened veteran, for the first time you've probably ever seen, is visibly nervous as he steps into the brothel, turns the corner, and sets his eyes upon you, Ersa, for the first time.
I thought we were gonna teleport into the private room.
No, he teleported to the front of the brothel itself.
Oh, I thought we were gonna teleport
Does he
again.
walk in past us?
No. Yes, he would.
I don't know what he looks like.
I can only hear him.
None of us have a description.
No, none of us know who this guy is.
And your eyes are in the other room.
That's true, actually.
yes, that's
So you just see it.
Yeah, so
I walk
that's
in with some
no.
dude and
That's
then into
no.
the private room.
Ooh. This this isn't right.
I just kind of hear a yell outside.
It's okay.
I am a monster, and that is what she will always see me. I should go.
No. You want to affect... You never answered me. Are you willing to stop the bad and try to help with a little bit of good?
You see, he looks up at you, Ursa. He kind of... You have her eyes. For her sake, I will do anything. Whatever you have me do, I will do it.
Your mom was an asshole.
We love a family, man. I love it so much. I forgive him.
I mean, it was in self-defense, so.
Just jokes.
I'm glad to hear that.
So, you don't want to kill me?
No, I don't.
Cool.
How? You're 20? So young.
While this little conversation's going on, I poke my head out back to Ice. I'm like, Ice, I'm so sorry. He teleported out of nowhere. I ran with the punches. It ended up going good. I just poke my head back in.
He looks at your hand. Took me a while to figure out that stuff too. A few years, many years. I can help you finish it, if you would let me. You'll be able to go anywhere you want to, take anyone with you, anything. You'll be able to go places far away, farther than this world, farther than any other you've ever read of. There are a lot of beautiful things out there. You say your name is Ursa?
That's right.
Your parents, they take good care of you. I am glad. You have a brother. He is not as fortunate.
No.
What would you have me do?
Disable the teleportation magic in the arena a week from now.
It is done.
This is not how I expected this
You see,
to
he
go.
draws his sword very slowly, kind of puts the blade onto the ground, and he kneels in front of you. He goes, "For the time that I have lost at potential fault to mine, I swear to you my sword and my life." And that is where we will end the session.
I love you.
You're crying.
It's really easy for me to do it.
So
Don't think that.